Welcome, my lovely days, to another fantabulous, peaceful, downtime heavy session of the Western Chivalrics. When last we left off, our party teleported to the Dragonhold and met some dragons, which is not actually usually what happens when you go to a Dragonhold.
Yeah, normally you just sit around and mope.
Yep. You met some particularly interesting individuals. Let's just slide you over to the hold. The young lady Andrea and the slightly older young lady Red Eye, daughter of the Eye in the Sun. She big and strong and very fighty.
She's fun. I liked her.
Yeah, she's cool.
I like the cut of her jib.
She's got spunk.
Yeah, she's fun. It was a good fight.
Would oil wrestle with her?
Oh no, don't you threaten her with a good time.
Yeah, she'd like that, probably.
Dara's just gonna sit there and watch, probably with no pants on. But yeah, you met up with the party, and it has been revealed that Isabel is actually a proficient dudesman, so you have enough people between you to perform the Orchestra of Gods. Which hasn't been done in a very long time.
No one could find a trumpet player.
Yeah, they could never find a bendy sex whistle player powerful enough.
Turns out a saxophone is not a brass instrument. It's reeded.
True. Luckily, she doesn't play the bendy sex whistle. She plays, I've already forgotten the name of it. Let's have a look here in her sheet.
Flugelhorn.
Das ist eine Flugelhorn.
Bugle.
No, she does not play bugle. That's boring. She plays the mellophone.
Huh?
Oh, right, it's right next to the xylophone.
Yeah. It's a 3-valved brass instrument pitched in F or E sharp.
Dude.
I see. Okay.
It's
It's a short,
literally-
wide trumpet.
It's a dwarf
Yeah, it's like
yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put on some soothing mellophone beats. There's nothing ever soothing about it. All it really does
Aggressive
usually
duding.
is marching music.
Hey, don't try it. Satchmo can do some serious shit with a fucking trumpet, okay?
Okay, fair enough. I just cut over to a video of someone doing like the Zelda theme on a mellophone. It actually sounds pretty good. It's a good key to play in. Anyway. Yeah, it's good marching music, and so she knows it. The fun combination of lute, singing, songwriting, Spanish guitar, but also mellophone.
So we got Banderas and fucking Satchmo ready, going out at that tavern.
Oh yeah,
Right,
there's obviously like one hell of a show going on at the tavern.
I had forgotten that
With all
King
of
is getting
these.
his arm chopped off.
Yeah. So Faunra, it's time to become awesome. These guys are so weirdly squeamish about body parts. It's so strange to me.
What the fuck you talking about?
I know. No,
ever
Ariel and Pats are both like supremely cringy about the body part. Whatever.
Okay.
I just think it's a waste of time, really. Just wait until we actually lose an arm somewhere.
Wait
doesn't
until you
happen
lose
in
an arm?
D&D.
That's so never fucking gonna happen.
Wait until you lose an
No.
Wait
This
until
isn't
you lose an arm
Warhammer.
is insane.
What if that happens and what if it happens and I end up losing a leg instead?
Yeah, or
Yeah,
the wrong arm.
Other arm. Specific.
Yeah, that would be very unfortunate.
The
I
odds
also like
of losing exactly the arm you need to get a super arm is stupid.
I also like the wording of that. Lose an arm somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, on her trip down the steps, lost an arm. Nothing she can do about it. Popped
It's
off
down
like
the
a
back.
Lego.
It's down the back of the
Yeah.
sofa.
The only reason I had Bun Knight to speak about is because it feels like that'd be something in characters. Like Bun Knight would not just like people chopping off their stuff to put on new stings.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay,
It's to
Juno.
fight the darkness. Load in.
Faunra's been mentally prepared to lose some kind of limb in the line of duty at some
Frankly,
point.
she is surprised it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
So she's
that's
obviously
fair.
she's got to accelerate this.
The way she throws herself into battle every time
Yeah.
with reckless abandon.
In the
Yeah.
end, she loses her ears.
No.
No.
It's fine. We're gonna get you Techno Bunny ears though, and they're sweet as fuck.
Techno bunny ears would be pretty dope, actually.
Yeah. And also, shoot lasers. Why not? Ear beam.
Pew pew. Oh yeah, they gather solar energy to become a fucking houseplant.
Look, if I got magical robo ears, I would definitely just enchant them to function like wands, because no one would ever suspect like burning hands to fire out your ears. Actually, maybe not a fire spell. I like having hair.
Yeah, what you're listening to, straight fire.
All right, well done. That was good. Okay, so the night will pass with raucous abandon, and Tiara makes sure that Faunra's arm is well loved. Before the morning rolls around, everyone who's unused to seeing the Dragonhold when they exercise in the morning, it's definitely not the same as watching the Hairhold, just like all doing sexy stretches in the morning. Instead, it's a lot of people who always look hungover and tired, all exercising out in the open, in the fields, just like running drills and training and back and forth. It looks Spartan as fuck, and everyone there looks like they hate it, but to be fair, they're all in pretty good shape.
I'm surprised. I thought it'd be like a bunch of just people, like everyone at once, just perching on like one of these ledges or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah, and the Cure is also
Synchronized
playing.
brooding.
Synchronized brooding.
That's their morning exercise.
Yeah, everyone goes through the whole list. You can see the couple of people who are like the bouncy, pleased ones. Like, this whole hold is incredibly broody, but you got Isabel, Hallie, and probably like at least a handful of other knights who are similarly bright and cheerful, and they're all like bright beacons in this sea of mope.
Because every Morrigan needs a Herona.
Yep. It's just that they have to do a lot of sharing.
Yeah.
They take turns signing out the bimbos. Just to have like a friend for a day.
So it just goes, it's been a tough week. Can I have like a bimbo day? Oh, sure. We've just got one of the bimbos off service right now. Oh, great. It's a donation box.
They're therapy nights.
Oh my god, they are. Yeah.
Oh god.
Yes. Emotional support bimbos.
You're welcome.
But yeah, Faunra, you can head off to the surgeon. Does anyone else want to go and, I guess, watch a magic surgery? They will, of course, tell you to scrub down, stay clean, and stay on the other side of a window, but you can certainly watch.
I feel it appropriate to make sure nothing bad happens to her and all that, so I'll stay over and watch, I suppose.
Fuck yeah.
Much as I might not like it.
Awesome.
Indeed. I'm gonna check this shit out. Mostly because in case of the like has
the surgeon is going to frown and go, now I have a very simple request. If you are under the impression that something is going wrong, regardless, I expect you to not go throwing magic around here in the room. We have an emergency healer already staff right here. He would gesture at his nurse, who appears to be a woman in a tough black leather cloak, but you can also see that there is a symbol of Waylon on her hip. We are more than capable of performing an emergency healing ourselves, as and when they are required. If you try and interrupt, then we will have you kicked out. Is that understood?
Yeah,
Very
I just
well.
want to
Yeah,
be
sure.
here in case something happens. I want to know.
Excellent.
I hope you won't mind afterwards if I expend some lay on hands to make sure that, Off chance that there might be some
I-
disease.
Mind. Keep your magic to yourself. Will frown at you in a very disapproving old grandfatherly fashion.
Let the doctor do his work, kids.
I was saying
You
after he
married?
was done.
There
Not
should not
doing
be
it.
any need after it's done, and the implication that a disease could be present is, frankly, insulting.
I apologize then.
Are you married?
What the fuck, Bob? No, this is not the time.
Completely not the time.
A committed bachelor, thank you. But also, yes, certainly not the time. Sighs and rolls his arms, rolls his eyes even, and washes his hands all the way up to his arms. Faunra,
Yes.
you are stripped down and put in a gown.
Okay.
You see the black coat nurse is just looking you over as well. Have there been any medical issues that you've experienced in the past? Any niggling, lasting injuries? Anything that may get in the way? Are you on any drugs? Are you drunk? Are you high?
I am the peak of physical health. I
Have you
just
got
have a
any
number of
boats on
scars.
in the background as well?
No.
Certainly can't hear in the background.
The music for this event is so fucking good. Okay. It's just really nice to have on.
Yes, tits.
Time to have disadvantage on your con save.
No. Alright. Okay then. We are
I
going
just
to
have a lot
put...
of scars, that's all.
Yes, I can see quite a large number of them. Now we're going to put you under. Please don't fight the effects of being put to sleep. We would really rather you didn't wake up in the middle of an operation.
Sorry, what was
Yeah.
that?
She said she's going to knock you out. Don't
Oh.
fucking fight. don't roll the save. Let it pass.
Nap time.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Yeah, she's literally saying don't fight the sleepy time drugs.
If you say so.
I do say so. At which point, yeah, you can watch the nurse preparing from a large kit. Like, those of you who have healer's kits, you could see this is a high-class surgery kit. Instead, there are, like, bone saws, all manner of clips, emergency triaging kit, and an interesting selection of vials. They all appear to be, like, solid black ceramic, although they are all labeled. Begins mixing together an anesthetic, and after a moment's pause to see that Faunra is still, in reality, a big fucking barbarian, probably does up the dosage an extra measure.
Give me the Horus Tranquilizers.
Yeah, literally, she's just like, I'm gonna give you the large size humanoid dosage just in case. You might be extra groggy, but that's better than the alternative. And then, yeah, she will shoot you up. Do you roll your save anyway?
Tempted, but no.
Okay. So your vision in the world begins to wash out. Everyone watching through the window sees as Fauna just goes sort of like still. She'd already been lying still, but she's basically always at least a little bit tense and ready should anything occur. Most of you probably look a lot like that even when you're at rest. Yeah, even her ears droop. Like she just the tension goes completely out of her. You see the doctor look her over and starts pulling out a bunch of clips. And a alarmingly large sword. All right, let's get this one chopped. His mannerisms shift entirely. You can see he is excited to get the fuck on with some surgery because this is rad as fuck. And then you also see his assistant give him a bardic. Oh, lovely.
Wayland Bard.
Yay.
Ugh.
Not my best roll for sure. Alright, so Faunra, this surgery takes a while, and you are going to feel like absolute shit for a while.
Okay.
It dodged a 1, thank fuck. That
Yeah,
would
that
have been
would've
pretty
been
bad.
tragic.
That would have been
That
really
would've been
tragic.
really
after all of
bad.
this.
That would have been the Stumpy.
Yeah. Like, there is definitely a moment, or a couple of moments of alarm while they're working on Faunra, where, like, she's just got a very tough body, and, like, medical clips just, like, almost seem like they're being pushed off of her. Like, where they should be keeping veins from just fucking spraying blood everywhere. They're just really struggling, and Faunra does bleed, like, way more than she should as a result of just having a strong body that doesn't really like having its arm taken off. Oh yeah, I mean, taking the arm off is easy. It's attaching a new one that sucks, but she's just got a very tough body and has a very, very hard time of, like, keeping this amputation clean. The actual fucking attachment goes incredibly.
Oh.
That's good news. So, that's very good news, actually. I was starting to worry there for a moment. Thankfully, after all of this initial concern and extreme degrees of bleeding, they managed to get this arm locked up in place. And probably there is a lot of concerning details we're going to gloss over where one welds a limb to another, but you can see that there is quite an intricate amount of threading that goes on. There are analogs in this arm for where a vein or an artery should meet. There's something obviously very synthetic about the false veins and stuff they match up with. You guys have seen Warforged before, and you know that they have analogs for a lot of, like, major arteries, veins, etc. And he has to thread these two, like, different materials together, and does a pretty good fucking job with a 25. Yeah, 25. Sorry, 35 even. Incredibly deft hands. There are only, like, a few moments where he has to stand up and stretch just because he's a slightly more advanced aged gentleman and his back gets a bit sore. Yeah, Tristan, in fact, that Warforged hand you recognize as having a lot of that, like, false vein structure thing going for it.
Neat.
Although that one probably isn't quite as high quality as this, like, you know,
Yeah, no.
special made gynoid pleasure arm. Because again, let me remind you all, this is still a fuck toy.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Chris.
we know.
My fuck
there is
amazing.
almost there is almost certainly a moment's pause where the nurse, like, gestures at a point on this arm and the doctor presses it and it starts vibrating and, like, jerks off the fucking table. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
When that happens,
Yeah,
just like lean over and say, "Don't pinch the wrist. It's worse."
He pauses and will switch the arm back off again and rest it up on the table. Noted. Yeah, the rest of the surgery wraps up without issue. Faunra, would you like to give me a Constitution saving throw? We're going to see how long you're out of it, because you are drugged to the gills and missing way loads of blood.
Oh, it's gonna be great. I don't have inspiration.
Probably at disadvantage too. So good luck.
You may have my inspiration.
Aw, thank you.
You have also a inspiration die from the whole trip thing.
Oh yeah, I do have a 1d10 floating on me. Okay.
Remember, you
Yep,
can spend
it's
that
a
after you roll.
1d10.
You don't
So
need
19.
You don't need to.
You don't need to. All right. So, Fauna.
Yeah.
They are just washing up and, like, changing you into fresh robes because these are completely ruined. Your blood is all over the other ones.
Oh man, I have a lot of blood in me, it seems.
You do. You have so much blood in you, but also You had a lot of blood in you, more correctly. Your
Oh.
vision is swimming. And it keeps lurching like you're getting vertigo, even though you are just lying down and haven't moved. Your arm hurts like all fucking hell. Again, it has just recently been cut off. And the rest of the arm, like the real physical arm, doesn't hurt, but you can definitely feel a lot of pain at the joint.
Ow!
Do they still have her like actual arm
Yeah.
in there?
And so
Quick,
he
pick
looks
it up
like
and
he's
give her a
about
high
to.
five.
Yeah. Well, look, he turns around as though to ask Faunra about this, but can see that she's in no condition to give a cohesive response. Yay, the best arm function.
It's the only one you need.
That's gotta be
Yeah.
really disconcerting seeing your
Yeah, you see him
arm off.
holding your arm. It's definitely yours. It's got your scars and tattoos on it.
I see him holding 3 arms. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, sorry, you see him holding all
Why-
of your arms. And then the nurse is going to like roll you up onto your side, onto your like good side, and present a bucket.
Oh, thank you.
As you are flying just flying high, you have 3 ranks of exhaustion.
Uh,
2 of those are harm.
Yeah, that's to be expected, really.
Yeah.
And instead he's going to... You can hear his voice. It's a little bit underwater and cloudy as he says to your companions through the window, "Do you have a preference on what we do with her arm? It's a
Preserve
fine
it.
specimen, but yeah,
Yeah,
sure, we can drop it some
preserve it, I
preservative."
suppose.
Yeah, all right then. Do any of you have, I don't know, 10 electrum? I suppose I need to get some more preservative fluids.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Here.
Ah, thank you. I'll take the tip as well. He'll take 10 electrum for both of you instead and smirk.
Okay. You know what? That's fair. He deserves it.
feed
Did a
it
good
to
job.
feed it to a dryad.
He pauses and turns around. Feed it to a dryad.
Well, we do know a dryad, I guess.
Would you like it preserved so that, it does not decay before it has chance to reach said dryad, or do you want me to just put it in a box and let it decompose?
She is a spore dryad, so maybe she would like the decomposition. Just kind of squints and stares into the middle distance.
Yeah, he'll look at the druid there. You would be the one to know better. I specialize in the medical, not the nature.
It just is visibly just like disgust shimmering the entire body. Like
I see. Very
Yeah,
well.
just put it in a box. We'll and get the fluids. We'll figure out what to do with it.
Very well. He'll hand you back 10 of the 20 electrum that he collected off of you guys.
Sweet.
Okay.
I'll take that back. Thank you.
And yeah, he will find a sealed container and place the arm within. Probably ties off the end just so it doesn't go like dripping into the box. Wouldn't want the box to get soggy and quite gross.
That would be gross.
Yes, yes, it would be.
repose.
Just get someone to
It can-
cast Gentle Repose on it one time. That lasts for 10 days.
I think that only works on actual bodies. I don't think you can use it on just
No, it
limbs.
says
Can
you
you
touch
use
a
it on
corpse.
limbs?
You can touch a corpse or other remains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I guess he'll
Yeah,
just
I
hand that over to the
yeah.
cleric. Go on then, and the Whaler Knight will speak the soft words of the old bearded man, and yeah, the arm should be fine. Oh well, that'll keep for a while.
Can you just? Okay, so can you just keep doing gem repose on it?
Yep.
After like
Yeah.
the 10 days.
Yeah.
You can do it
There's
indefinitely.
Yeah,
yes.
there's no reason not to. Yes.
I mean, I wasn't asking that like to the person. That was just this actual spell thing. Talking with you guys.
Oh. Yeah, there's a way it functions.
Okay then.
Later. He gestures away. Oh, you've got medical checkups as well before you leave, Mr. Lawrence.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You've been dodging. Let's see. He's going to pause and bring up a calendar. I swear you question
While
nights.
he's paused to bring up the calendar, Tris leaves.
No, nope, I'm gonna
son
grab
of
you.
a-
I grabbed you.
Yeah, all
no,
right.
you have
let's,
a
you
medical
fucking
checkup,
try.
so-
Yeah, give me an initiative. We'll just see if you're quick enough to catch him before he dodges.
All right. Oh no, I wasn't probably.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
so
I mean, you say that.
Never mind.
Oh,
Catch him.
the real question is, can you actually grab? Oh, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. Yeah, probably
good,
not.
good
really.
odds.
Nah.
Nope. All right.
Oh.
Peace, fuckboys. You grab Tris. He just like you end up with his cloak. He just leaves. Goodbye.
Slippery son of a bitch.
The doctor just sighs. I swear, I should never have quit my policy of ceasing with offering candy to them once they become adults.
He's like a greased
Just-
whale.
It just waves at the doctor. Don't worry, I've been keeping my eye on his health.
Thank you. What are your medical professional records then?
If it helps, I'd make sure he
I
doesn't
like-
have a disease.
Ah,
I mean, I have very intricate knowledge about the body's function.
oh yes, you looked terribly into it while you were busy shivering and squeamishly. Look, he pauses. None of you keep records on any of these young charges of mine, and I would very much appreciate being able to keep them up to date.
Yes.
But as is such the case, most of them, once they become adults, stop turning up for their regular checkups. Faunra, you as well, just start hallucinating wickedly. Just more drugs are coursing through you now. You're missing a lot of blood and you're in rough shape. So yeah, you're going to need 2 days of recovery at least, because you have harm. Luckily, they have a place, it's called a hospital, where they can keep people who are suffering harm.
That's real nice of you.
No, it's just part of the job.
Can you stop growing extra heads, please, though? That's really weird.
Oh, yes, I've got just the thing for that. And he pulls out one of those, sleeping blindfolds, the sleep mask, just puts that over your face. There you go.
Oh,
And
there are
just
so many
I mentioned-
stars.
just mention to him, no, it's I have something against spore druids. They're
Oh, right, yes, the
Visibly-
whole arm thing.
twitch. I guess yeah, they're like the opposite of what I
All
they're
right,
a
whatever
factor
you
of
say.
life that I
I'll take your word for it.
and let's see, what's my medical? Yeah, I'm fairly fucking decent at it.
Yeah, I mean he'll double check with what your assessments are on his young charges. Well, very well. Keep them out of trouble and from dying.
Oh yeah. That's a job and a half. Look, I even started to get a fucking gray hair from it.
Hmm. Nod sagely, run his hand through his own shock pepper black gray.
Yeah.
And then yeah, he's gonna go and wash up because he and his nurse are both completely fucking soaked in Faunra blood.
Yeah.
She was a gusher.
Yeah.
She was a gusher, and she's now in her hospital room, or where they're gonna
Yes,
have her
she
keep her, right?
she has been wheeled out to a hospital room.
Okay.
All right. Those who had stood in and watched will sort of part away. Tell me Belle and Cass if they need anything in King Seat. Let's see here. Oh, Tiara is probably just perched up on the chair next to you. She's just playing with your hand. You can feel pressure on your fake arm,
Wait, which head?
the new one. You can definitely feel contact, and she's giving it, "Ah, of course," and she'll come up and very carefully apply cuddle.
No.
Oh, Cuddlebug. Yeah. Let's see here. Cass, I don't know that she needs anything from King's Seat. Generally, Black Knight Hold is very well stocked, so she can see to most of her needs. If you find any interesting books, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Belle. What was Belle toting right now? She's doing okay. No, she doesn't have anything that she needs. As for Tammy, she will give you 20 platinum and ask you to restock her with some magic arrows.
Sure thing, kiddo.
Yep. Whatever kind.
Alright, I'll see what they got. Oh, speaking of which, I need to go get that trophy from the monster. Might as well turn that bounty in. So I don't think anyone else is coming. See.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe some others will go.
Well, I would go and ask, but I think they're going to try and drag me in for a checkup, and that's lame.
Yeah.
Skow, what class is Kryl?
Creel is... Let's see here. Oh, Creel is one of the Healy monks.
Weird.
Yep. Karate bad. Honestly, having a fucking fly speed and being a monk seems like a pretty solid combo.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was gonna go like
No.
pick her
Oh.
up some starting gear, but clearly she doesn't need any. She's a monk.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know
she
what- you know
scratches
what
the
they
back
can-
of her feather head.
You know what a monk can do with a fly speed? They can do like those old like corny kung fu movies and do like those flying kicks.
Yeah, the endless bicycle kick.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Just is hovering over someone, just kicking them in the head over and over again. Caw. All right, cool.
Yeah, I don't think she needs any.
No, I mean, Trist isn't asking her because she wants to give her a present, but
Right.
all right.
Well, if she's going to be traveling with these guys, I don't know what she. Yeah, I mean, like being a monk is incredibly useful. She has like super low needs.
Yeah, guess I'll just
For
get her
the-
something pretty.
Yeah.
Like a backpack, your food, rations.
Yeah, a dungeoneer or an explorer's pack would probably be all she wants
Sure.
or needs.
All right. Off I go to the Herald.
Yeah. So first leg of the journey for most of you is going to be off to the Herald for teleportation, but really from here you can teleport to any of the places that you need to be or go.
Great. Can't we like teleport from the dragon where we are?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
that's what we're saying.
The teleportation
Okay.
target for most of them is like the Herald and then whatever.
Yeah, I'll help Hallie with the ritual and then I'll be in the Herald.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
okay. So Hallie, you gonna do the fun chalice here or are you gonna do it in the Herald?
Uh,
I feel like
I'll do it in
Herald
there.
is the place to
I'll
do it.
do it. Yeah, I'll do it in the Herald with all the happy bunny knights.
Sure thing.
Are we gonna wait until Faunra heals up so Faunra can join us in King's Seat?
Bonner's gonna be in
she-
the hospital for like 3 or 4 days.
Most of the party's not going to King's. They apparently don't need anything there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Strain, for the Come Chalice ritual, you will need to mark off like 50 GP to get a chalice.
Okay.
Also, that's been blessed by a fertility priestess, but I mean that's probably easy enough to find.
You mean me?
That's legit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna
exactly.
say that she can bless her own chalice, thankfully. Yeah. Alright. So those of you who travel to the Herald can help fill up the cup. How many people did you need again? I can't remember.
It is seed of 20 varials.
Alright, 20. So people who aren't on the tee. Trist, are you going to join in?
I mean, if she asks, I got no reason not to. Guess I'll just pull out of Carlin into a cup. Yeah.
It's a holy ritual, yes.
Yeah,
That
it's a
said, it's
holy
a
ritual.
holy ritual being done probably in Ariel's bedroom because it's the largest private one.
Oh god.
It's
So
gonna
it's
need
just,
so
it's, just
much
a,
clean.
it's just a revolving door of half-naked men and women just walking into Ariel's room and then leaving again, like wiping their brows, going, whew.
I'm just gonna be doing prestidigitation a lot over this room so it actually stays clean.
Yep. I'm sorry, but prestidigitation
Yeah.
won't clean out shame. Well, give me a persuade, Trist.
Okay.
Alright, Carl will jerk you off into a cup then, whatever. Oh, weird, but sure.
Everything about this is weird. But hey, it's an
Yep.
excuse to spend some time with Carla.
It's also an excuse to, I don't know, feed Hallie Coom.
Look, if that's what she wants, that's what she wants. I'm not going to question it.
Bob, are you helping?
Nope. I am not admitting to this.
No. Real solid note there.
Well, you don't want to jog off some bunny boys.
Oh, that yes.
Yeah.
but
Like
the
you
main
can also
Oh,
help with the
yes.
application of cock sauce here.
Yeah, okay, let me just activate my advantage suck. So you just go.
All right. Trist, Ariel, 4 dudes, courtesy Bob.
I will assist on this, but I will not make a personal donation.
Sure. 2, 4.
I just noticed
Yeah.
that's a 27 without crit.
Yep, it's pretty dope. All right, this is where we're at so far with people helping. Who else in the hair hole?
But Carol, get your mom to help.
She doesn't have one.
That's what you think.
Other mom has one though, but she's also she might be around at the moment. But also, she doesn't really want to come in your friend's cup.
Yeah, I would not ask her to.
Let's see here. Obviously, everyone's mounts. You know, they're happy to help. No.
Oh God! I mean,
Yeah.
technically.
How about-
speaking.
I mean,
How about our orcs? Do we have?
Oh yeah, we have 4.
Oh yeah, you
orcs,
got 3
that's
for
right.
your
orcs,
orcs.
yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so that's 1, 2, 6, 8,
go button.
9, 12. You got
12.
12 so far.
All right, we need 8 more people to help you out here, Hallie. It's time for some persuade rolls.
Okay.
I feel like Ariel could probably drop us persuade to find some of her old party friends.
3 of them she already got automatically as old party friends. Most of them were full fam.
Hmm.
But the 2 of her and 1 was a dead cow.
I see.
Yeah.
Those were your
Yeah.
freebies. Just again, like you could also just go around persuading people you know of to have cock sauce.
Do I get advantage from Ariel?
Yeah, totes. Sweet. Okay. So it takes like a couple of hours and some more dudes rolling in and out before you eventually succeed. And now, hey, Ariel, would you like to give me a deception test to see if you can keep your mum from finding out that you're organizing some kind of dick ritual?
Yes. Yes, I would.
I hope you failed. Damn it!
No, okay, somehow you managed to keep this completely under wraps. Like, you handle this like a... Well,
It's
like
not
you're
my
back in
first
college.
rodeo
I was
here.
gonna say, like you're back in college again now that I think about it.
You still haven't gotten caught for the panty barge thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, You even know where the squeaky like floorboards are leading up to your room, and you have those specifically nailed down just so that you can get more dudes to come in and out. Until eventually, Hallie, the chalice, sloshes with virility.
Chug, chug, chug,
Chug,
chug,
chug,
chug.
chug, chug.
Oh.
Oh no, that was too much for someone.
All right. Well, I think I need to cast a spell on it first before you chug it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you actually need to
There's-
cast that.
Watch out. There you go. Go for it.
Turns out that the verbal component is in fact chug, 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 chug.
no, it's Druidic. It's like what's it called? Orianche. Drink it, drink it,
Thou
drink
thou
it.
must needest
Thou
drink
must
thy
chuggeth. Chuggeth. Alright. And Hallie. That was a lot of spooge. Give me a constitution saving throw. Do you want to succeed or fail? Oh well, would you like to try or let it go?
I don't. What?
Would you like to resist the spell save?
No.
Alright, excellent. You are immediately beset by heated prickling pains from deep within thine gutty works.
Also, we
Takes a-
forgot that Miranda's with her too.
Oh, sorry, yeah, you're right. You only needed 7 extra dudes. Good point. She thinks this whole audio was deeply amusing. Weird, but deeply amusing. Yeah, you were beset by a prickling sensation. Thanks to your mastery of things related to the penis, especially after today, you realize that, oh, that's the prostate coming in. Awesome, cool, all right. And that prickling sensation continues until it becomes one boiling, great, grandiose heat. And out pops a deck.
Oh, what kind
And
of?
with it, the mighty weight of 2 fist-sized newts.
But what
and it would
kind of dick?
probably be like a big old bull deck.
Yeah, okay. Oh no, the worst kind.
Nah, horsecock. It was probably all Hallie had on her mind whilst getting it. How could it not have manifest in such a way? And yeah, Hallie, you now have a weighty bestial member. Congratulations.
Okay. Do I roll or no?
No, you got it. Congratulations. It is exactly a foot.
Okie dokie.
Oh no, you was going for a cock. You got a foot instead. Oh,
Oh, no.
I don't have a foot fetish.
Look at it.
Yes, you do. You want them beans.
Let me at them beans. Yeah, you do. You
Okay,
have a porb
beans.
fetish.
Listen, there's nothing like taking big manticore beans and plapping them on your face. And just
Fair.
feel, and then just listening to the snick of claws.
Excellent. All right. Who's next?
I
What do you mean? Who's
like I
next?
said, I'm off to
Downtime.
the.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh,
Yeah, your mother is in her office and she'll look up. Ariel, I thought you'd gotten back earlier, actually, but I couldn't find hide nor hair of you.
Yes, my friend needed my assistance with a few things, and that took up a bit of time.
Fair enough. Well, welcome back. And she'll stand up and give you a big ol' hugger, and
It's
yeah,
good to be back.
It's good and soft and plush. Hooray! Hip hip hooray! Ah, look at you. And she'll pause and go, "No, we'll actually look at you. You're still intact. All good."
I'm still intact.
Check your ears. Make sure you've been washing properly.
They happen.
All right. Okay. Very good. Well then, my dear, welcome home, and I assume it's not for particularly long, but she'll enjoy you while we have you.
At least a week.
Okay. That's pretty good. Well, first of all, we've been doing a little bit of looking into the family line. and, for instance, where this scabbard may actually be located. And after some searching, it seems that it was lost on some kind of, how to put it, I suppose, mission quest.
Not along.
Let's see here. Looks like an aunt, perhaps, was related to some duty for the Eternal King, which I'm unsure of, or was unsure of until your findings. And at that location, the sword was broken in some indecipherable way and swiftly reforged before it was returned to us. Now we understand that this reforging was functionally a failure, or
Yes,
perhaps even sabotage, considering it has taken away the sword's imbuement, such as it is.
yes, considering what I've seen of it and how it was in the past, as I've now come to know.
Hmm.
It was actually bladeless in the past. Well, bladeless in the sense of an actual metal blade.
No. Was our family blade some kind of sunblade, perhaps?
Something of the sort, at least.
Well, what a feather in our cap it would be to have that back then. Unfortunately, one of the areas that we had pinned this mission, such as it is, down to is quite within the reminiscence of Elframar's activities. And she will frown and pull out what appears to be an action map. It's completely covered in scrawlings and notations and activities, but it
Yeah,
will
and I'll try my best to
reveal.
look it over and memorize where
Yeah.
Belthamar's been hitting big nodes at.
Not Valpramar himself. He has a number of raiders, but more importantly, he has a group that we have designated as hunters. They've been attacking targets of interest in an effort to undermine our operations in the area.
Mm. So his equivalent of, I suppose, our party going about,
Uh,
for lack of a better explanation, really.
yeah, it's more fitting than calling them killers, I suppose. Let me, I'm going to put this in tooltip form instead. And token layer. Down here,
Ah, I see.
it's called the Broken Baron's Fort. I don't know who this Broken Baron was, but I understand that a family member of ours went missing there some time ago. Again, an aunt, I think.
Hmm. Ah, that is actually surprisingly lucky. The
Mm.
location, I mean.
Ah,
My group had planned to travel down near that area to begin with.
I see. Well, it might be quite useful then, if that's the case. We'll find this scabbard and then hopefully repair or I suppose unlock the blade.
That is the idea. Gotten some options for that, actually. As you know, I'm contracted with Rangaminiad.
Right, yes.
Mm, I have spoken to them recently, somewhat. I'll dig in
To
my pack.
Rongaminiad.
Yes,
Okay.
I'll pull out an actual piece of the spear.
Yep, it is
Mm,
unbelievably heavy in your hands.
and they have told me, once I have the scabbard as well, to break the blade upon this, and they shall imbue it once more.
Hmm. It seems to be quite dead metal, and she'll reach out and gently tap it. It's heavy and dull. I'm quite sure.
That is what they have told me, but it's only one of the options that have become known to me.
The other one was, God, what was it again? A beast of darkness? Breaking
Yes,
it up inside some monster?
yes, the king had told me to break it off within a monster similar to how it was broken, apparently, and that he would imbue it if I brought it back to him.
Hmm, interesting.
But I've grown
But
to
this
be less
believe
believing of that, given my findings.
true, but also he says that the blade was broken inside a beast already, which leads me to believe what kind of creature could do that then if this was some kind of energy blade.
I do not know. I somewhat doubt his story altogether. He had originally told me that the blade was of Agriella.
Hmm,
I have since come to find that it's not.
curious.
It was of her sister.
Hmm,
Yes, the name Eyes, as I told you in my letter.
it is curious. I don't have a way of proving which line we descend from then, either Agriel's or her sister's.
Hmm.
I had always assumed Agriel because we look incredibly familiar, but shrugs and sighs. It could just as easily be a sibling with similar looks as well down the line.
Yes, I'm not sure either, but I do know that the sword was hers and not Agriella's.
Hmm. Bit of a kick in the teeth then that we might indeed be descendant of assassins as opposed to chivalrous knights, but well, I don't think it changes anything in the long term.
Not really.
All right then. I don't really want to go making more inquiries into this, uh, if only because it's really starting to attract some attention.
I'll nod along.
Is there anything else, dear?
Well, always good to just catch up and talk with you as well. I I am curious about something though.
Hmm.
So, Scout, real quick, she never really leaves the hold, right?
She will occasionally go down to the Black Knight Hold.
I mean, aside from that, like I remember like something like you telling me a while back that she unnaturally doesn't leave the hold a lot.
Yeah, she doesn't really go out and do much, like, campaigning herself. Although, to be fair, really, at the moment, the only ones who do go out regularly to campaign are the Black Knights, and they don't count because they don't have a leadership structure. Uh, the Ivory Hold love to fucking campaign, especially since they're right near some raiders and stuff. And the Forest Knights as well also like to go out and campaign. But, like, hares, fairies, dragons, mostly are staying home.
Ah, never mind in that case. And since that sounds more like she's just here to hold down the fort and take care of order stuff here, rather than like something happened and now she just doesn't go out.
Oh, yeah, no, it never comes down to anything happening. I'm just unwilling, I suppose. Oh no, unwilling is wrong as well. It is that there are more risks, I suppose, than benefits to me going out and stretching my legs. I'm sure at some point before this war with the darkness is done, I'll be out in the field again, but as most have told me, I can't go wasting my time, she air quotes, going out and stabbing monsters.
I just have to stab enough monsters for the both of us then.
Yeah, I would appreciate it.
Hmm.
She will drink and eat with you, and you can keep her distracted long enough for everyone to like clean up and clear out of your room. But you find out that the empty room Hallie chose is actually just still technically just Ariel's room that just destroy your bed.
Claw marks everywhere.
Claw marks everywhere.
It tell them to clean up after themselves.
Well, I don't know that either of them have mending.
Hmm.
Gonna need new bedding.
My silk
Yeah.
sheets.
Probably.
My silks. Oh goodness.
If that actually did happen, Hallie would just leave a small stack of gold next to the bed.
Yeah. That's almost exactly what happens. Miranda will also place
Okay.
down some coins. Oops. It was very fun though.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
She will bounce on the spot and slosh. Probably from backdoor filling, I suppose, because, yeah, she doesn't want to
I
travel
mean,
while she's
she has a
on
tail.
That's true, but that's how you get tail eggs, Gotta be careful.
So
Plus, more romantic in the asshole. Everyone knows that.
That is the romantic hole.
someone
True.
knows that.
And that's the magic of romance right there.
Oh no, they raided my loop stores as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's all gone. To be fair,
Implying
no, yeah, I was gonna say no. Those stores were cracked open for the fucking 20 cock jerk off sesh.
All gone. Jeez.
Yep. Yeah. Even the flavored stuff, especially the flavored stuff.
Damn it, not the flavored stuff.
Quit making me look worse.
All right,
Look,
well,
it has to happen.
I guess I'm off to find Mara.
Yeah. So you can head on down to the orchids, and you will be able to find your precious wife, gravidly preggers with twins. I'm gradually running out of voice, so I will start to exunt and speed along because we've got probably a lot of talky coming
Sorry.
up with the gods. But she is deeply pleased to see her wife return. At which point you are pinned down and made to touch tummy. I suppose
Everything-
gravid as well as wrong,
yeah.
but obviously pregnant. Keep losing it. Well, it's
Yeah.
ephemeral. It's everywhere.
Everything's coming along fine. No worries, no complications.
Yeah, no worries, no complications. I have found that I'm strong, potent, and ever ready.
Good to hear. I do have a gift as well, and I'll pull out my pack. A little mundane magic item that we got oh so long ago. As I scroll down to it. Where is it at here? A perfectly fluffed couch cushion.
Ah, this is the truest treasure to a pregnant lady.
Should be very good. Found it on my adventures.
Usually I would say, oh yeah, magic foot bath or react, that also would be sweet. Yeah. Usually I would say, very frivolous use of magic, but right now she shifts where she sits and will place that cushion perfectly for some lumbar support. Very appreciated.
I'm glad.
Now come here, and at which point she will pull you on top and give you a good time.
All right.
And you are taken into the hands of big, strong lady with big milky titty.
Well, those require sucking.
They do. Okay. And who is next on Downtime shit?
Guess I'll go. We can get this
Sure.
shopping spree out of the way and get us our money.
Money.
All right. So we have two. Can you pop us over to the King Seat map real quick so I can
Sure.
hear where the fuck I am?
Been a hot minute.
It has. Look at all these nerds. Hey, it's you
know.
again. How'd you get out of Torchlight?
I have no idea what you're talking about. And also, Torchlight happened ages ago.
That's true. That's true. Dragon Harem's probably doing just fine now. Anyway, I'm going to go to the Omnitheus Temple and try and sell the Ancient Book of Waylon and the Painted Slate of Waylon, which are appraised in terms of value.
Okay.
But surely the Church in Kingseat isn't going to rip off a knight.
Why would they do that? But also, maybe they won't know how to properly appraise it, which is always a possibility.
I will assist. Well,
okay.
Excellent. All right.
Remember what you were saying about sometimes the dice just say shit out of luck?
Yeah, Tristan the Cleric is just looking at this like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Cleric's like, me neither.
I don't know what this is worth, no. I mean, obviously we would gladly take it in hand to the shrine, but I do not know its value to pay for such a thing.
100 gold finder's fee.
Give me a persuade.
Alright. Yep. Okay.
Alright, fine. He will give you 200 Electrum coins.
Sweet. Alright. Goodbye, 1000 GP ancient artifacts of your faith.
Yep. They will go and be proudly placed at the pulpit in a shrine.
200 EP. Sweet. Let's see.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I need someone to take this 800 GP fucking sapphire off of us. Finally.
Ooh. Let's see here. Probably down in the high residence, there's some merchant that would pay for like artisanal jewelry.
Yeah. Get rid of that because it's just been clogging up our inventory for a million years.
Sure. Yeah, they'll totally take that off your hands. Let's see here.
Right.
You can also see while you're going past this jewelers and settling in that there is a commission currently in place.
Oh. Well, conveniently, Tris was going to have to put in for a commission of his own. So, good to know that they do that.
Yeah, a commission adventurers to find jade statues of unusual size.
Oh,
It's a current ongoing commission. You can certainly put one in yourself, though.
Oh, no, I meant commission like some nice jewelry.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, no, I meant commission in the standard that like someone would pay a returnee, but I guess it's more of a back in the day we acquired these quote unquote from India kind of commission.
All right.
Yeah, you can actually commission jewelry goods yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me finish getting our money together. So we have the bounty bucks for the fucking bimbo monster.
Yeah. Let's see. It is 7,000 Electrum.
Nice.
Nice.
Chunk of change. All right. That's done. Let's see. So once we are done with that, I guess I'll go up to the bastion, just see if the fucking advisor on magic is still alive.
Okay then. When you head into the Eternal Bastion, it's a lot quieter than you remember. There are less aides wandering around. Like, you can see it, there is a wing in the Bastion where the lanterns are not lit, and you can see it, there is a sign up in memoriam. And there are a couple more guards than usual, but yeah, just less overall foot traffic. When you head up to the front desk, it's the same receptionist from before at the very least, and they will give you a smile. How can I help you, sir?
Hey, we killed a beast of darkness recently, and it dropped this. Just gonna take out the weird memories fragment stone. Uh, is there still a minds person who can do arc magic stuff? We have no idea what the fuck this thing even is. Some kind of weird soul stone.
Yes. We have. Let's see here. One advisor available.
Yeah, sure. That'd be good.
They can be free later this afternoon.
All right, cool. Just put me down for that, and I'll be back come the evening.
Yeah. All right. When you leave, have a delicious lunch of whatever the heck else, and then return. You'll see that there is like a page boy or a runner already waiting for you. Hello, sir.
Hey, kid. Lead the way.
Right, you are, sir. And then after a polite little bow, they will scamper up into the bastion. Into probably an inner staircase as opposed to to ascend up into this building. They're probably like quite large vaulted ones. They just direct you to a set in the wall winding staircase that goes up. It looks more like a servant entryway than anything, but it pulls you up onto the second floor.
Weird.
Right through here, sir. We'll gesture at a doorway.
Yeah, I'll flick him a lecky. Head on in.
All right, excellent. Now, give me a moment. Gotta grab your token. I can't pick that one. Too unironically evil looking. They would definitely not have survived the purge. They'd be like, no, I'm sorry, you just look too evil.
Actually, the sweetest guy around, but
But you look way too fucking evil. I'm sorry.
Make it. Is this the guy for magic?
This is one of the available ones at the very least.
You should make it orb contemplation wizard.
Instead, you get this individual.
oh yeah, that's not evil looking at all. What are you
Less evil looking than the one I had on the side before.
Okay,
Ugh.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Oh,
the
shit.
fucking lady lich. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I had
I will say this.
because as you are taken up into this room, you can see that the door is not very regularly open. There's like a layer of dust on this portion of the corridor, but you can still smell like the faint acrid of like inks and stuff used for scrolls, etc.
Knock knock.
Come in.
So I'll step inside.
As you do so, you nearly knock over a stack of papers. Sorry, I'm the only one available to see people at the moment.
Yeah, it seems
Welcome to
things
my
have been busy
humble
around
abode.
here.
Busy and also not busy. I'm just free of suspicion because I, never saw anybody, but now that means I have to see everybody. I hate hypocrisy. Please take a seat. She will gesture at a seat that's got like a stack of papers on it. And just put those anywhere.
Sure.
I, Magistrix Vira. We'll also give them their visible nameplates so you can see it.
There you
and foremost currently available magistrates in the building. How can I help?
Tristan, and we took down a beast of darkness, my companions and I, and she dropped this. Set down the memory crystal. It's like a soul stone, but not, and we can't make heads or tails of it.
Okay, just give me a second. And she reach into her desk and she pulls out a little glass bottle. She cracks the wax seal open on it and just necks the whole contents. For looking reinvigorated again. All right, let's see what we got here. Sorry, I haven't slept in like a week and a half. Um,
That can't be
hmm.
good for you.
Oh, it's fine. Gone far longer before. Oh, this isn't magic at all. This is psionics. Not a very popular field here in the West, but yeah, it's some documentation for it. Uh, let's see here. I can identify it, but tell me more about this creature that dropped it.
It seems to have been extra planar. It was intelligent enough to speak, but seemed to drain the intelligence from everyone around it. Like it's sucking all the wisdom out of them and feeding itself with it. It's turned everyone around to, pardon my elven, but bimbos.
Hmm? I think that's Elven, but for sure. Oh, well, okay. It's some extra planar crystal to be interacted with by people with psionics. Um, hmm. I don't know. Oh no, that's a lie. I do know. I always know. Let's see. Someone psionic. Down in the guild residence, I believe that there is a lumbersmith. One of those people, they savants. They are always known for being able to measure anything they look at, perfect distances, literally every time. Very useful to be a carpenter who doesn't need to ever measure, I guess. I believe that they were inspected 2 years ago. Latent psychic. Um, it
What about a soul knife? I think that's enough.
Yeah, sure. If you know one, they're quite rare.
Yeah, I do. All right. Is this gonna be safe for her to mess with?
Oh, probably not.
Trish just draws his lips into a flat line. Right. Fair enough.
I recommend mind altering drugs. A lot of laudanum, for instance, tends to inure people against madness when they go poking to things of the extraplanar.
You know, that's actually a great idea. I need to buy some laudanum anyway. Just
Oh,
add that
yeah.
to my
Oh,
my
here, I'm
purchase
not
list.
using this. She, like, rummages into her desk and pulls out a prescription. There you go.
Oh, well, thank you. That simplifies that issue.
Yeah, I don't use the stuff anymore. Onto way better things, but there you can use it all. I think I am owed like a crate case, 24 bottles. Go for it. Enjoy. This was interesting. Thanks. Okay, have a good day. Bye.
All right, you too. Godspeed.
Where is he? She stands up and looks over her chair.
Oh God.
Have you begun to even understand what 500 hours of uninterrupted consciousness is? I'm pretty sure she saw the face of God halfway through.
I'm more worried about what she's going to see at the end of that. Okay. Tris
All right.
deeply concerned.txt. Okay. Let's go down and pick up 24 case of free laudanum.
Yeah. All right then. So the you can see that the page has been waiting outside for you and sort of like trying to brush some dust away. Ah, welcome back, sir. For some reason, her meetings were always really short, which is why she seems to be free all the time and is the only one free. Sorry about that.
Yep, nothing to apologize for. That was very informative.
Oh, okay, that's good then. And then some people come out looking very irritated.
Nah, she's a sweetheart, just high as a kite.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, okay. I thought we stopped delivering. Whatever. Uh, as you were, sir. Please follow me.
Hmm.
And we'll lead you back down the winding internal staircase. Is there anything else that we can help you with today?
Out of character, what the fuck was this lady's name that I talked to the last time?
I
Nameplate's
can't
not on.
remember it. I don't know that I have it written down.
Shit. Well, I'll just
She
ask
knows.
if she's still working here, is how Tristan phrase that.
She was a historian, right? Yeah, she's
Yeah.
fine. No one cared about that.
Okay.
In fact, she was extra amenable because like no one fucking comes to a historian for anything.
Cool.
Boring. So no, yeah, she's doing just fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna just give her a name. Historian Belka. There you go.
She got us a sin?
Yeah. No, it's just a nice historical name and slightly goth.
Alright. Yeah, I can't think of anything else I need in here. Actually, I guess no. Tristan asked about what was his name, Sir Ivis, that the king was going by.
Tilts his head. Sorry, I don't know. It's Ivis.
Yeah. There's a dragon knight. I thought he was stationed here in the city. Yeah. Oh well. Maybe he got reassigned. It's been a while. Alright, that's
Possibly.
all
I've
good.
only been working here 3 months.
Alright, well, that'll do me for today, kid. Carry on.
As you were, sir. Yeah, he will politely see you off and out the door and then return to his position and probably onto the next knight who desperately needs to see a wizard about some strange shit.
Yep. It's just a thing. Alright, let's run through the other shit I need to buy in town. So I imagine Tristan will probably be here, like, staying in town for a few days, because this stuff will need to be crafted.
Yep.
So first of all, I need to find a clothier who deals in negligee.
Oh, yeah, they certainly have like a fantastic night market in the market district that does underwear and erotica, etc.
Excellent. Alright. Tris will go up to whoever's working there at like their commissions desk and like flip through his notebook until he finds the page he was working on like 5 million years ago of just like centaur fishnets. Like, can you make those?
Of course, absolutely.
Outstanding.
Horse negligee.
Horse negligee. Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, they will pull out like a sketchbook. The fabric design sketchbooks, which will in fact show off like some preliminaries for like essentially tour underwear. It looks like they figured out tour garter belts that look quite nice.
Excellent. Perfect. Yes. Get some of
You
that.
literally wrote stockings and garters.
Get out of my head.
I'm using the brain cell right now, so you can't do that.
sorry. It's not my turn for the timeshare.
Yeah. Goodness me. But yeah, you can certainly commission that. Probably like 25 Electrum though, because it's quite fancy wares for sure.
All right. No, I need like at least the 50 Electrum version.
Okay.
Make this nice as fuck.
Sure thing.
All right. Get that.
They'll
Then...
even throw in a nice ball gag and a crop free.
When you say ball gag, you mean like a centaur bit and bridle? Or like...
Your choice. Which would you prefer?
I think I'm going to get kicked in the head either way, so bit.
All right. Yeah, they will take that, and we can have this ready for you in about 3 days, 4 days.
Sounds good.
Excellent.
All right. Now that Trish has resigned himself to death, let's go get 3 pieces of jewelry commissioned.
Sure, that is not a problem. Also, somewhere in the market district is like a pharmacist where you can get that prescription turned in. At which point they'll go, all right. I mean, if you're sure you're a noble knight, I'd see no reason why you would need to use us a hookup for drugs. Does this prescription need a repeat?
No, not right now.
Oh, okay then. Well, stamp it, sign it off, and then hand the piece of paper back as cleared and filled. And then we'll give you a wooden case that appears to contain 24 bottles of laudanum.
Sweet. All right, Jesse. We're gonna expand consciousness here.
Oh no, terrifying.
Uh,
All right, while you're doing your Chivalry commissions, let's quickly look through everybody else.
yeah.
Ariel, you can have Remove Curse cast on you once, and then she will give you 2 scrolls.
She will, red as a bead, thank you, and try and hurry out of the room before it gets more awkward.
Yep. She just seems amused. You're her child. She was going to say it's not anything that she hasn't seen before, but to be fair, she hasn't seen you with a dick before, so she doesn't make that commentary. But it would seem that it takes quite a lot to flap your unflappable mother. Oh,
Oh, who did we lose here?
Kina, he was defeated by Dick.
That's
And
unfortunate.
boats.
Welcome back.
Can't beat the dick.
Excellent. Okay. 2 white rose pendants and a crimson boonie and a rose pendant. Of course, they'd be glad to do so. I believe there's prices in the book somewhere for like nice jewelry and stuff.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna
just put in
spend
however
a good
much you want.
chunk on these though.
Put in however much you want.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
50 GP each is nice.
Yeah. Okay. Have yet to hear from Taji, Bob.
All right. I can go.
Excellent. You have a big old shopping list of scrolls.
Yeah. Gonna see how many holds it takes to find all of them.
Roll me a d20.
Let's see, yeah.
It looks like if you go through here and the Black Knight hold, that will be enough.
All right, cool.
Like the Fairy have a relatively decent selection of like miscellanea, and then the Black Knights are particularly well stocked, and you haven't asked for multiples higher than 3, I believe.
Nope, just two at most.
Yeah, okay, you can get that between the 2 holds. If anything,
Yeah,
like
cool.
probably one of them could supply you, but they'd ask you instead to go to another one just so that you don't take their whole stock.
Right.
Because it will
So,
then take them
and
a
then
week
I think,
to rescribe a bunch of those.
yeah, and then before I really go to the black hold, I'm gonna commission my armor and scroll case.
Excellent. They will inform you that those will be ready in a week.
Perfect. Okay, so I just need to know my tally here for mostly the armor and the scroll case. I don't imagine the scroll case is going to be too expensive.
No, what do you want the scroll case to be made of, I guess, is the more important part.
Probably just wood and with little teeth that pop out of a treasure chest.
Okay. Honestly, it's a pretty simple construction. Like, they'll probably
Yeah.
charge you 10 electrum just to make sure that it's weatherproof.
Sounds good to me.
Let's see here. Alright, so. Crafting. I need to like a double check on making equipment. Yeah, it's 150 gold, and then just you put all of your parts, and that will be worked into a suit of armor. Like Arms of Darkness are frustratingly cheap
Yeah, I understand. Yep.
because of the
yeah.
all the parts are supplied. The smiths are good at what they do, and it's a risk you put on yourself, and it's not like anyone else is going to use them probably.
Right. Okay, and then I'll just mark off for the scrolls, and that'd pretty much be my downtime, really.
Okay, short and sweet. I dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 150 gold to get an Armor of Darkness crafted, so it's not an issue. Hedrah.
Yeah,
Your turn on up on the chopping block.
excellent. I will send a shopping list with Trist and a fat sack of cash to pay for it. I have deducted all the costs from my money,
Sure thing.
and then I'm going to the ferry hold
Yep.
to get an arm of darkness crafted, and then my Bob's corset vest. But that's going to take a week for it to be crafted.
Yep, that will be a
So what?
week of crafting.
Yep, just perfectly timed.
Mhm.
So in those 7 days, that while it's being crafted, I'm gonna continue practicing my Arcana.
Sure, sounds good to me. There are certainly like just plenty of spellcasters around who can help you skill train your Arcana.
Yeah, in the fucking fairy hold. If there wasn't a fucking spellcaster there, I'd be shocked.
Yeah, I mean it depends on who's available for training. It's not like you guys are in like an off season, but yeah, they can make time for you.
Yeah, then that should be it. Once I get my shit back, once we meet up, and I'm good.
Yeah. Oh my god, look at this incredibly cursed listing one of my friends found. I again I know like surveillances and people in property law, so occasionally you see some real cursed shit.
I know that I'm a boring person when I find fucking property law and tree law fascinating. Listen to watch entire YouTube channels and podcasts on it.
I almost thought that trash can underneath the microwave was a toilet.
It might be. There's no toilet there visible, despite the fact that a shower has been shoehorned into the
Wait.
bathroom.
What is this? What?
Are
That
they,
is a studio
is there-
apartment.
are they gonna just like waffle stomp in the shower, or
I don't know.
That is
no.
a tiny shower.
Yes, I
Yeah,
mean
it
that's them. That part, the shower being
like an
small is not the
emergency shower.
problem here. There's absolutely a chemical
Are you
shower.
sure that's not the problem? Because a small shower is a big problem.
This property might just be used for making meth, and that is just an emergency eye wash shower.
Where is
That's
this?
fair.
Because I guarantee you
It's
that
it's a student housing studio apartment, but also it's for some reason £693 a month.
That's really expensive.
is that in
Wow.
jolly old London.
no? It has to be in fucking Manchester.
No, it's not Manchester. If anything, it would
Liverpool.
be it would be closer to Poole.
Mm.
It might even be in Hull. Fuck Hull.
Fuck.
Where is that? I have to ask them. I need to know. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I always get constantly very interesting property tales because of multiple property law friends. Some real
Yeah.
good ones.
That's cool.
I bet.
Dude, tree law is fucking fascinating.
It's insane. It could be better. I just know that they're up north. Anyway, sorry, let's see. So you've made your purchases and put in your bits. Faunra, you have to go to the Hairhold to meet with the Grandmaster. Let's jump on over to you. We'll wrap back around. 2 days have passed. They would like to hang on to you for a third because, frankly, it's going to take a while for you to have all that blood back in you. They will instead ask very kindly, no raging, please. It's rare that a doctor will say this, but don't exercise for the rest of the week.
Aww.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get so stiff.
I know, but it's also better than, popping open a stitch and then gushing everywhere.
Yeah, it would be hilarious if Faunra is unconsciously using the arm like it's always been there.
Listen, now you have the because you can't stretch your muscles for that many days. Now you have the tragic circumstance of having to get full body rubs from your cuddle bug. Oh
Right.
no!
Oh,
You know, they give Tiara your like prescription of painkillers. And it's like, well, make sure she takes them. It's like, is gonna look after you, even though she's your
Alright.
squire. Like, all right, make sure she takes one of these a day. Everyone gets 1,375 gold. Holy
Oh,
shit!
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ.
That like doubles my total gold right now.
Well, it's been a hot minute since we got paid. So
Been a hot minute.
Yeah,
Oh.
and it was Cassie and Jesse who were helping you in those encounters, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah. That's
Very nice
almost
to divide it
exactly double
evenly.
my GP.
It is. It's unusual that we get such a nice even number.
Yeah.
It's a solid payout and no random decimals. It's true.
Oh, I'm over encumbered again. I'm gonna go to the bank and get this transferred to platinum. Jesus Christ. Need
I just-
400
Jessie is
platinum points.
loaded.
Yeah.
I need to spend her money because she now has nearly 3,000 gold.
Does she want to give me some of that money to get like more magic arrows and shit?
I mean, she's still got a bunch. She's probably going to spend it on some other shit.
Time to get some +1 armor, Jesse.
That would be a
It's
good idea.
yeah, it's possible she'll be getting some +1 like studded or something. She's legit still using basic leather armor.
I get this bitch studded leather at least, please.
I
My
know, at
God.
least some studded
Yeah,
leather.
at least some
Jesus.
studded. Jesus.
How much would like a +1 studded leather cost?
Well,
Because
it'd
I
be
want
a
it to
rare
be
Not
permanent.
much.
Yeah, rare permanent is still quite a big
Let
fucking
me-
chonklet.
Let me go look. And we have some Residium too, and I would not mind getting Jesse survivable. Something like
Yeah. Yeah, let's get her survivable. That would be a very good thing.
Alright, let me open up my fucking rolls here. Crafting magic items.
Oh my god, Cassie's still wearing leather armor too.
I know.
Oh, get her
Believe
some
me, I'm
studded as
keenly
well.
aware of that.
Even if it's like 4 times the cost of
I
like
was
studded
going
leather.
to get her some.
Yeah.
So for a rare item, which is what a +1 armor is, that's 2,500 GP for crafting. So double that to 5k if you want to buy it. But we have Residium, and we have a Cassie who's free, not doing anything. So I say we mark off like 5 grand of Residium and get those two bitches some +1 studded.
Yeah, I'm perfectly okay with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, remember that 9 of that 9 went to my shit.
Why don't you take 9 off then for your stuff then?
Make sure you're taking that off the Residium in the party loop. That's and any other stuff that you've used.
Yeah,
Yes,
I took off the
that's
T-Hax Heart in the 13 already.
Yeah, I've taken off everything except the Residium.
Okay, well, please take off whatever it is that you used.
Yeah, I can't find the receipt. Oh,
It's
that.
right at the top.
Oh, Jesus fuck. Okay, are you in the edit?
No, I just finished editing, so you can go ahead now.
Okay, so
Should have 45, 200.
45, that turns it.
Over.
Yeah, so that turns it to 36.
For let's see here. They are going to invest like 1,000 gold each into a bunch of potions. I will figure out what those potions are later, though.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because that seems really sensible and is low impact for me to care about.
Yeah, makes sense.
Studded leather +1. Joy. And enjoy. Hey,
Nice.
now Cassie has 17 and Jesse has 16 AC.
Good.
Respectable.
Okay.
Whew, those are some very pretty pendants.
Yes, they are.
Then yeah, I'll figure out their potion costs later.
All right. And I guess I'll get like a really nice bottle of wine. What's the nicest bottle of wine I can find in town?
Oh god, there's like a nobles, like the higher residence is a noble district in like the
Yeah, I
capital
know.
city of this continent, so probably like a 300 gold bottle of wine. I wouldn't
Okay.
recommend spending that much on a bottle of wine, but it's there if you do.
Listen, last week Juno bought a bottle of wine from fucking McCrag that cost 16 net influence. Wine is an incredibly useful commodity for trade. Okay.
True.
But no, I'm gonna buy I will buy 2 100 GP bottles of wine.
Okay. Yeah. You can go into an incredibly, supremely snobbish wine place.
Excellent. Get their finest brew.
Yeah. They will indeed provide you some lovely, lovely bottles of wine. Tightly wrapped, a little bit dusty, which means that they're probably pretty damn good.
Excellent, excellent. All right. I think that's me done for buying. Oh yeah, and I'll grab Kryle's fucking starting kit. Get her
Yeah.
a nice short sword, Dungeoneer's kit, and an extra potion of healing just in case she runs out of magic.
Totally appreciate the heck out of that.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Alrighty, Zen. Faunra, you meet with the Grandmaster. What you need?
When I meet with the Grandmaster, I'm going to present with her a box.
This hasn't got your arm in it, has it?
No, it's a
All
small
right.
box.
Oh, okay. She will accept this box and take a look. What do you mean,
Inside,
dear Lady Faunra?
inside, the inside is lined with silk and padding, and there is a little vial inside with blood in it.
Interesting. Perchance, what is this?
During our journeys, we accidentally fell into the Feywild, and therein we found a boat that had been marooned from some strange travelers. And they had some individuals with them that were like us. They were hares, but they weren't hares. They were natural born. They called themselves Talir or something.
Tall air?
I guess so. I bade with them to give a sample of their blood, so that maybe we could use it as some kind of, I don't know, maybe to further refine our ritual that transforms us, or perhaps change us to be more natural born, so that don't have to use the ritual to make more hairs.
Hmm. Interesting. I will have to get our best alchemist on this. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I just wanted to make sure that maybe we would lose less of our hopeful young squires in the future.
It is a weight that is heavy on all of us whenever someone doesn't make it. She will sigh and smile, accept the box, and safely click that away. Yes, I'll have to get a finest alchemist on this. Thank you very much, Lady Faunra. Fingers crossed.
Hmm.
Right, let's see here. You can get your update through the orchids.
Yes.
They are pleased to see your dope, sweet arm and hope that it will be used to bring violence to many foes.
I will use my strength to put our enemies to the sword whenever possible.
Most excellent.
I will present the Blood Lily with my new fancy sword. Let her
Hello there.
take a look at it.
Of course, she'll give this a proper once over. Let's slide you guys back up to. Oh yeah, you also see Ariel's Prega's wife.
Oh, that's nice.
She will smile and wave and indicate she has a fancy little pillow from your adventures.
Ariel is such a lucky lady.
She unfortunately has zero luck uncovering any useful lore about this blade when you present it to her.
Oh well.
But she will admit that it is a incredibly passionate blade from what they can tell, but yeah, they've no idea what this liquid covering is or how it functions or what it does.
I will tell them what I know about it, and that when we found the battlefield, and that the swords of all of the fallen knights there had somehow congealed together into this mass that Faunra then stabbed with her sword and combined the two. The sword seems to have isn't alive. It's not sentient. There's some sort of life to it, though. It has a mood. It's moody.
Moody. Well, obviously it needs to get out there killing beasts of darkness.
I am tempering it little by little.
I have every faith that it will find its place as a weapon of Embla. As you certainly have.
And then I'm going to tell. Then I'm going to tell the what?
And then you're gonna knock. What new Ariel? What new penis is your companion's grown?
None.
Oh, okay. Carry on.
And then I'm going to tell the Blood Lily a story that gets Faunra that really works up her fanatic kind of energy, and she starts retelling her the story of Saint Tamarind
Oh
and
goodness.
the miracle that she witnessed.
Oh boy.
Ooh. Oh, I guess you're further up. Would you like to give me an advantaged performance? Good thing you
All
had
you needed.
advantage.
Good job.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's a fantastic retelling. In another world, you would have fumbled all over your tongue, just too excited to get the story out properly. But no, you managed to put an artsy spin upon it, as you've seen your companions do before. And thus they are enamored with the idea that this glorious saint, this child of light, could so thoroughly and willingly purge the darkness from the hearts of men and save the innocent and pregnant alike, and spare one of their own such a painful burden as to put such innocence otherwise to the sword. Yeah, that story's probably going to start passing around. Might take a little bit of time to find some traction, but pretty good.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Orchid Saints do definitely have that kind of flavor about them.
I'm sure
Yeah.
there'll be no repercussions for that story going around.
Probably, maybe.
And then I'll give them my donation, I guess, and then I guess I'll be done here at the hair hold and the vineyard.
All right, yeah, they will thank you. And of course, as well, seeing as Ariel made sure to purchase a bunch of wine, they'll make sure you as well leave with some bottles from the home vineyard.
It's probably not a good idea for you to drink right now, though.
No, doctor says bad. Don't do it.
Oh. Well,
Later.
keep the bottles
I
anyway.
will-
Yes, enjoy them later.
Yeah, drink a later.
Take them to your young sister, perhaps in Kingseat. Whew. It's a good tithe. Just paid for every orchid's dental. Good job, Faunra.
Yeah.
Which is important. In training, they probably chip a lot of teeth. There's got to
Good
be
old
some kind of
cleric.
clerical school that specializes in, like, enameling.
No, they don't need fucking dental work. They're bunnies. They grow their whole life.
Not
Ugh.
every orchid is a hare.
Yeah.
Oh,
For instance,
well,
the
those guys
master
do.
and also the Ariel's wife are both human.
Oh, that's right. I guess I will tell the Blood Lily that the Executioner's Grove of Druids has been restarted. There is only one member, but its
Oh.
new leader. We are starting to work things out, and also there is the Hassan. The Hassan are also looking for trainees.
Well, this is a glorious day. Unfortunately, they might poach a few from our, from Embla's grasp, but they do the god's work as well. They're
Perhaps
unsure about these Hassan, but no doubt they have themselves acquired a decent, head count.
no, not anymore, but in the future they will.
Oh, that is good news.
The Executioner's Grove of Druids is very much like our own kind.
Oh yeah, no, we have ancient records of them. There have been joint maneuvers between us before in the past.
Well, hopefully, in the future, we can join in battle together.
Excellent. More squishy hippies to protect. He will smirk and give you a thankful nod. Still, no, it does my heart good to see that there are yet those who would do the work of cutting bleakness out at its roots.
It is an important duty that often gets unlooked, but it is one we have to stay vigilant with.
Indeed. Let's see here. So, Ariel, you can pass out your pamphlets. Whew. And then Faunra travels down to King's Seat and meets the glorious Rani, who has already been well tended to by Hallie. You brought her milk and cookies, yes?
I had way more stuff to do than that, but
Oh, of course. Then we shall tiny
I can
wimey
visit
woo.
the goldsmith first.
Sure.
Wait,
I need to find the
Wizard, are
best
you
goldsmith.
saying that Hallie is NTR running away from Faunra?
Milkies and cookies, oh no. So powerful. Hey, good idea there, Trist. Well done.
I need to find
Okay.
a goldsmith for that does very fine work, very delicate work.
They have plenty of people who can.
I need to get some tattoos on my sweet new arm, but made out of gold.
It's
gold
pretty fucking,
inlay.
I'm going to get my
Gold
arm
inlay.
filigreed in
it's
gold.
pretty cool.
Awesome.
That is pretty metal.
Imagine just going into a fucking jewels business and be like, what can I help you with? I need a tattoo. You what?
Oh, goodness. All right, so Hallie, you've had some time to play around with your brand new member and make some requests at commissions, etc. Where is your next destination?
I went to King's Seat.
Yeah.
I was with. I
you were
literally
actually
left
with the crew at
King's
the same
Seat
time. You
with-
left at the same time
yeah.
as us. Okay, cool. All right, sure. So yeah, what are you doing in King's Seat?
Alright, well, the first thing I'm gonna do is buy a whole new wardrobe of panties. Second,
Smart.
go on a fancy spa day with Miranda in the fancy district.
Excellent.
And then I need to find Ronnie.
Yeah, not a problem. She appears to be like in like an apartment building that's not far off the library itself. Seems that she's been doing pretty well for money and is staying in a place of her own right now, while she is still attending college.
Well, she's about to do it even better for herself. Either that or spend all of her money on big titty ships. One of the two.
Oh no. Giving her
Alright,
gacha cash.
yeah. Hallie is going to tell Ronnie um, about Mona and uh, how she really needs someone to research on maybe how to turn her back because Hallie is not good with the books, and
Hmm.
then give her authorization for the Hunter's Library, and then plonk a fat sack of cash in front of her.
Shit. How much money do you give her?
I don't remember how much I gave her to research the first time.
No. Um, we'll figure out at some point.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give her that plus like a bunch of extra because this is for Mona, and Hallie is special friends with Mona,
Yeah,
and yeah, I guess can drop off milk and cookie. Hulu's
that was Ben. Sorry.
okay. Drop off milk and cookies, and then drop off. During this time, I'm going to be buying pots. How much for a pot of acid resist?
I have a list of all the potiony things in it.
Uh,
Where is it?
Arcane
there are
Artifice.
a lot of handouts.
There are a lot of things. That's true. Rules
It's
and
a shame we
notes.
can't search our handouts.
Yeah, it would be really useful if there were a research bar for that. There you
Would
go.
be. But it's in rules and notes.
Okay, there you go. Those are them by level. Just look them up, pay them up, not a problem.
All right, so gonna drop off. Tell her that her sister's gonna be coming by in a couple days, and is going to drop off a potion of heroism and a potion of acid resistance, and ask her to give it to Faunra.
Ah, excellent.
And that should be everything.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, and in which case, Faunra turns up at some point while you're applying this small child with milk and cookies, very excitedly, I assume, and with sweet gold on her arm.
Yeah.
And Faunra, I think this is probably the first time you've seen there, Hallie. Even this is the first time you've seen Faunra since she's come back from being embloodinated.
Wow, you're looking heckin' cool.
I think it's pretty cool, yeah.
Oh my gosh, what is it made of? Come here.
I
Oh
have
no,
no
you've been
idea.
hurt so badly for it though.
Yeah, whatever, it's fine.
Squint at you, and you're also looking a little bit paler than usual.
The doctor said I bled a lot,
Okay.
and I'm not supposed to exercise for like a week and eat a lot of like meat.
Okay. Hmm. She squint at you before returning her attention to your sweet warforged arm.
Yeah, sure, I'll sit down and let her look at my arm for a while.
Yeah. It's, Crit.
Ronnie, you're so powerful.
She's so her brain is so fucking thick, it's unreal. All right.
Portland indie vibe intensifies.
So yeah, she sits down up on like on a desk while you're sat in a chair, so that she can have your arm in her lap while she's like inspecting and having a look around.
What's the
And
date today, by the way?
goodness. Oh god, I've completely lost track. I'll have to go back over it at some point.
Okay, I would like to know that.
Let's see here. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 11.
Oh, by the way, yours. I used that paper you sent me. It was so amazing.
Oh, I'm glad that it worked out.
I used it, and it was like, oh my sword was so on fire. Yeah, I really cut up a Beast of Darkness real bad with it. It was real great. Thank you so much.
I'm glad to hear that you're all right, and then it went well. All right, so it looks like July 4th is when you guys got back to the hold, the dragon hold.
Holy shit.
Patriotic.
And that means it is July 11th when your downtime ends. Oh, no, 12th, Ethan.
Hey, we do need a day to get back.
Yep.
Yep. So I believe we got some armor to.
I will be giving you guys all the stats on that.
Between sessions? Cool.
Yeah, because I've just got to go over everybody's fucking shit.
Yeah, makes sense.
I wasn't certain everything that everyone would commission, so I was like, whatever, I'll do it all in one big pile, especially since your next destination isn't to a fight, it's to a talk with the gods.
I hope that's not a
very
fight.
fair.
Yeah, I hope it's not a
Yeah,
fight.
that would be astounding.
I mean, it might be a
Well,
fight if you want to
It
become
would be a
Bellatrix
very short-lived fight.
Did we
Well,
get
no,
our-
I would think like if you want to become Bellatrix chosen, you gotta prove yourself in battle a bit for
Yeah,
it.
just hold on. I do have the Dragon Lance here. Let me challenge Belle to a fight. It'll be a very short fight, but she'll know I have enormous balls now, at least.
Do it. You won't.
You're right, I won't, because I'm a Waylandite, but still.
Oh, you're right.
I feel like immediately jumping into a fight with Bellatrix is what's going to get you a Wayland, like a tisk.
Yeah, exactly. I still imagine Wayland just like
And you-
slap Trist. Just like, get your shit together, kid.
Yeah.
And if you start a fight in my fucking house, I'm gonna slap your shit.
That's true. You're also doing so. You're also throwing this god party in fucking Bob's backyard.
Wayland slaps one cheek, Bob slaps the other. Ow.
We don't have to do it in your backyard. We can do it in like the caravanserai or around there.
We could do it in the Fey Bordel and show the gods a good time.
Do not summon gods to whorehouse.
Listen, I am gonna say if we're gonna go to the Fey Bordella, we gotta take Jen with us.
I mean, I'm all for taking the rivals everywhere we go. I like them. They're
Yeah,
nice.
me too. Me too.
Let's see here. But otherwise, I think that's all of it. Oh yeah, actually, as for what Rani saw about Faunra's arm, she is actually pretty sure that you could, although for whatever reason that might be, remove the dildo part of the like ejection from the arm and slot a weapon in there instead, so that you can just fucking shoot a dagger out of your arm or something equally dope. But
That's
she
pretty
honestly
cool.
thinks that the dildo dispenser is pretty sweet.
It's pretty nifty. Oh wait, I already know what. Oh wait, I already
Yeah.
know what I'm going to give Ronnie. Oh, never mind. I don't need to find a present at all.
Yeah, you gave her the best gift of all, family.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah, she also suggests that you could put a wand in there instead. Like fucking stick a wand of blasting up in that bitch.
Yo,
Put your
hold
arm
on.
up and just like kill someone with it. Wouldn't that be sweet?
Finger gun, bang.
A guiding bolt cannon.
Well, now we know if we find another one, Tristan's gonna chop off his arm.
No, it's a cannon
That would be
arm.
terrible. That would be terrible.
Become the ultimate Magus. I just have the wand in my wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah, wand of fireball. Get some.
It would have to be like my
Oh yeah, actually.
terrible fun.
Yes,
Have terrible
your casting stat
stats.
is terrible, so it would have to be some actual magical item, which is a lot more difficult.
A little bit.
Technically doable, certainly a pain in the ass. Are there wands for sale in King Seat?
I do only
Hmm.
have 2 charges of the one wand I have. So
Um.
A
hmm.
wand of
yeah, like a wand of magic missile would be dope.
A wand of mending for my arm.
I can just
As-
cast mending.
Oh well, okay. 'Cause I don't know if it. I don't think it. Because I'm sure it won't heal by itself. Needs to be fixed up, probably.
No, so Warforged part magical healing heals that.
Also, I'd like to just point out, because the rarity mechanic in 5e for magic items is just total horseshit. The Wand of Wonder has the same rarity as the Recharging Wand of Fireballs.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess it's because technically a wand of wonder always has the potential to fucking
Yeah, it
turn
could be a
someone to
Wand of
goddamn
Fireballs,
stone.
or it could be a
Yeah.
Paralysis Wand, or it could do nothing. Or you could just
Yeah.
have 7 Fireballs a day.
Yep.
That's
ridiculous.
kind of ridiculous having 7 fireballs a day.
Yeah. Anyway,
It
the Wand of
is.
Magic Missiles is just uncommon.
Huh.
Well, that only fires like 3 magic missiles, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a first level. Well, actually, it's a number of magic missiles based on how many charges you spend.
Yeah, so you could
Oh.
jizz out all 7.
I could, and then have a 5% chance of the wand breaking, but you know.
That's true. Yeah, more
So
likely
you could
wanna
shoot 6 charges safely, but that's still just a 6th level magic missile, which is not a lot of
That's-
damage.
I mean, it's still. I mean,
very cool.
it's a lot of
4th level
guaranteed
magic missile.
damage, so
I mean,
pretty good.
That would be nice because I have no ranged ability at all.
it's not that much.
I mean, 25's decent.
For guaranteed damage, it's pretty good.
I mean, it's more than I do in a single hit.
Well, yeah, but you need a better weapon.
She's getting there.
Yeah,
Listen,
work in progress. Now that you found
Listen,
out,
it's a work in progress.
Okay. Yeah, you could probably actually pick up a wand of magic missiles.
Sweet. I will do that for sure. Let's see.
How much
They
is a wand of
probably
magic
don't
missiles?
have fucking 5 of them. No.
Yeah,
How
no.
How many do they
I mean,
have?
what wands are available?
They have one of them.
Do you have any other good ones there?
See, this is
They have a wand
uncommon
of
permanent.
magic detection.
Wow.
I don't know. I might take that.
I
have so much
it
money,
Casts,
I
it,
might
ca-
as well.
it casts detect magic.
Get that. That's value right there.
No,
That's
it's
so
really
useless.
not.
I'll take it. Sure.
It's so useless. That's the way we do stuff.
The detect magic spell is
Is it
pretty
not?
nice.
Is it
It's
also
so
uncommon?
bad
I know
because
it's
of the way
like
we run
unactual.
stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like, all it says is there a presence of magic? It's like a yes/no. Is there a presence of magic within 30 feet of you? Yes.
Oh no,
there's a
you can
faint
you
aura
can
around
you can
it.
see you can see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. You do learn at School of Magic, if any.
And that's it.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
very
better
good.
than nothing, really.
But the thing is, we run it so we can like do Arcana checks to do that.
Yeah, we have never used detect
True.
magic. It's just bad.
It's so bad with the way we run things.
Fair enough.
Let's see here. Those are the like only 2 rechargeable ones. They might have like a piss out like couple charges not recharging wand. Roll me a d3.
I got this.
Do you got this? You do got this. Okay. They have 3 wands, a level 1, a level 2, and a level 2. Filter. Let's go for. Would you like to roll me a d2 for arcane or divine? 1 is arcane, 2 is divine. What do you get? I can't see right now.
Arcane.
Okay. So, I guess I'll yoink it out of the wizard list then, since that's basically all of the ones that are arcane. Level 1. Okay. There is a wand of floating disc with 5 charges in it. There is a wand of what? The fuck spell was this one again? I mean, it's just definitely a lewd joke. It's the wand of magic mouth.
Oh, Magic
Ah,
Mouth
that's
is
the one where you
you
put
can talk any language, I think.
No, Magic Mouth. It's
No.
like a glyph of warding, except when you trigger it, it says a message. It's terrible.
Oh, right. No wonder they still
Yeah.
have all these wands. They're pretty bad.
Yeah, we are scraping the bottom of the barrel after we get that wand of magic missiles.
Yep. And a wand of arcane lock.
Oh,
That's not
That
actually
one's
that
not
bad.
terrible.
It's okay.
I could. I wouldn't
Touch
mind taking that
a
lock one.
Yeah, a closed door, window, gate, chest, or other entryway becomes locked for the duration. You and other creatures designated when you cast it can open it normally. You can also set a password. When spoken within 5 feet, press the spell for a minute. Otherwise, it is impossible until it is broken, the spell is dispelled, or suppressed.
Yep, which you can be expressed with that knock scroll I just got.
Yep.
How
While
much for that one?
It's a 2nd level abjuration, 5 charges.
Yeah, let it go.
Probably like 100 electrum.
All right.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, that's a good buy.
Yeah, pretty decent
Yeah.
deal.
Where
The other
if
one's
we
a kind
need
of
to,
ass,
you know,
but
like
that one might go.
what's the word? If we need to, like, if we're moving, be like, I should move, close the door, cast magic lock, things like that, or you know, hinder somebody's progress.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
See, it lasts until dispelled, right? That's
Yeah, it is very useful.
yeah.
It's not a high DC for any of its stuff, but like abruptly locking anything is great.
Yeah.
Because unlocking something is action economy, which is very important.
Yep.
I think, is that everything?
Nope.
Did we power? Oh, I was about to say, did we power through in a single session? But I guess
Almost,
not.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I just need to know if we get a message back from Mom. Then
Oh, right, yes. You spend some time outside of King's Seat so that you are out of range of any scrying. And you do get a sending directly from your mother.
Oh.
It comes down to... There you go.
And I get a 25 word reply to that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Sweet.
Yeah, she turned down the Morrigan's offer because Morrigan wouldn't kill Vote.
Okay. I mean, I guess fair enough reason.
There's probably more to it than that, but ascending is ascending. Yeah, limited words,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
limited
how
words.
the summation goes.
Skow, did Mom have alternative ideas about the reforging of Caliban? Because I remember you saying something about that in the Discord, but I forgot to ask it earlier.
No, she wasn't sure about the actual that. She gave you the scabbard and is now going to look into other methods for you.
Okay.
But she's also, told you that she's going to be careful and she's not looking into any more family stuff since that starts to
Yeah.
raise a bunch
Draw
of questions
attention,
about
yeah.
legitimacy.
Yeah.
We parted ways with Mom's agents before we found Creed, didn't we? She has no idea Creed's
ye-
back.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well, fuck this reply then.
That's on you want to tell in person.
I mean, yeah, I'm just like gonna refactor this.
No, that's right. The last time you spoke to one of your mother's companions, you were talking about Creed, and they're like, no, she's been dead for like a really long time. It's probably not the same one.
Yeah. About that. See, last time we talked to him was before we went up to Hassan's.
Yeah.
I believe
Or no,
so,
it was right when we
yes.
got back from the Suns.
Oh no, yeah,
Was
when
it?
you returned.
Oh, right, when we got back from the Hassan's, and then we went south.
Because they visited you in Stormwatch.
Right. I thought they visited the torch, and then we went up and... No. Wait. Yeah, no, hold on.
Regardless, it doesn't change
Yeah.
this particular part of the
Yeah, it doesn't
timeline.
change the thing. I'm just trying to think of the order of events. Because we saw them, they went to King's Seat, then we got a message back. That's what happened.
My god, my tongue be so grumbly. It needs food. I have a packet of those deme spicy ramens. Organic dragon then found live Princess Tammy is daughter via dragon. More in person. Let me. You were one word short off of a full 25.
I know, right?
That's why she threw on a moi. Just to get that 25th.
Oh, right, the Ghost Dragon. Wasn't there something in King's Seat we need to do to, like, get
No,
stuff
it's
to
the,
chain it down?
I'm gonna get the fucking orchids to help with that.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to get this, make sure we knew before I had to go put the effort into getting that together, which now I gotta go do.
Yeah. I mean, like, I can help you there. I mean,
Oh yeah, I know. I'm gonna grab you and Faunra and we'll go talk to them together, but
Our battle will be legendary.
yeah, basically. Okay.
Are you going to do that after your god talk then?
I mean, we'll talk to the orchids since they're right next to the hares, but yeah, we'll do the actual fight stuff later.
No, I just more meant in the like order of your downtime because your next destination is the caravanserai.
Oh.
Are you doing that?
I mean,
or
I
are
was
you
going to
going to the hare and then
teleport
to
back, go to the hares, then teleport to dragon, then.
But
Why
they're
would
already. The
you
others
need-
group is already at the ferry waiting for you guys.
Oh,
yeah,
are
why?
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
They aren't
okay.
gonna hang around for a week doing like fucking all.
yeah, so the play will be like the rest of us are not fairies. We'll teleport to fairies, and you'll just have to track it over to the caravanserai, and we'll meet you there, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the orchids first, so Tristan's just gonna be a day late, I guess.
I mean, that's fine. That's like, yeah.
If the thing I expect we're going to need are ballistae, and I don't want to have to lug those. Like, it's gonna be faster to get those moving down the river right now.
mean, where even are we doing it?
I believe it's in this field where the lance, like one of these places. Yeah, it's here.
It's the southernmost one, yes.
Yeah, it's right there. So it's very close by where we're going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I guess Ariel and Faunra already left by the time Tristan gets there because he'll be getting there the day after we're supposed to meet at the ferry hold, I guess.
I mean, you can just
Yeah.
like send a tell someone to like do.
Oh yeah, I can
I don't know, do
prepare
a
dream
sending.
sending. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I guess like
yeah. Let's do a dream sending and tell
the
us
day
like
before we're
stay
supposed
there
to
for a minute.
leave for the ferry hold, Tristan will send you guys a dream sending. Be like, hey, yo, wait a day. I
Okay.
gotta go talk to your mom and wife, Ariel.
Okay.
All right.
And
Huff
yeah,
when
I'll collect
Trist
all
makes
my
them
shit.
wait.
Go. Go ahead.
And yeah, and you can go into the Orchid's place. You've heard about it from Faunra, and now you are indeed able to see that it is this luscious vineyard with a great big, like a monastery-style chapel leading up. Again, like verdant, beautiful, perfectly maintained. You can see that they're beautiful, similarly fertile-looking women.
Damn.
And a large number of them look pretty stoic and strong, and if not for the fact that they're all like, bright-eyed and vibrant, you'd be like, wow, these are all the gothest thugs.
I like this place. Damn.
Some handful of them are boons, but majoritively it's non-knights, but members of this order regardless. Let's see
Right.
here.
Who's in charge around here again? First time.
Matron Mara the Once Cut.
Matron Mara. Right.
You can head on down to her. And let's see here.
Try and get me an appointment, I guess.
Yeah. You can certainly be seen almost immediately through. You are recognized at very least as described by Fauna.
Nice.
Welcome, Mr. Sir DeLance.
Greetings, Lady Mara. Thank you for seeing me.
Not a problem. I can only assume because you are here it is a matter of most importance.
Indeed, it is, and a matter of slaying creatures of darkness and undeath, which led to believe your order are the preeminent specialists in.
We are a great specialist in cutting out darkness at its very roots.
Good. So, my group's come across the spirit of an ancient, evil, corrupted dragon, and we need to re-kill it.
Well,
Problem is that its spirit's bound in a wide open field in the middle of absolutely nowhere, which is bad.
I can see how this would be a problem. You wish to
Yeah,
bring this creature crashing to the earth?
right you are.
We can see about preparations. Tell me, do you know if it has particular weaknesses, strengths?
I think we actually did learn something about it, but I've fucking forgotten. Obviously, I do know for a fact it breathes necrotic. Uh, Beyond that,
Yes. Let me double
Tristan,
check.
we know it's an incorporeal undead, so what we need are ghost touch and some way to attach it to the ground.
Sounds like we're going to need some kind of reeling ballista shot.
That's
With
what I was
enchanted
thinking.
heads of some kind.
Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of ghost touch oil, but the ballastas and anchors are the missing pieces.
Yes. Let's see. Draconic Shadow.
Yeah, a bunch of
Was
potions of
it?
resistance. I need to pick those up too.
Oh yeah, it had a necrotic breath and a slowing breath.
Yeah.
It is of a gargantuan size and probably a quite troublesome AC. Oh, Faunra, you precious dork. Yeah, alright then. I need to find a way to reliably hit. Nice. Way to get that 150x.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it presents a number of challenges. For one, dragons are fast. Most flying beasts are fast. I suspect it will be quite difficult to strike, and missing with such a baluster is not an option.
Yeah, we'll need superior marksman and somebody around to cast True Strike, maybe.
Guiding bolts as well, perhaps. Although we'd need to extend the range on such a thing. We have to look
See.
into it.
Could get wizards with flying to give at least some of our shots airborne in range.
Indeed, that could be done. Are any among your companions that can cast the spell?
Does Cass know flying?
Good question. Does Casto flying?
I don't think Cass. No, wait, no, yeah, she doesn't have third level spells.
Yeah, she does.
She's also a wizard. She's also a wizard and can just learn it.
Yeah,
Right,
if
she's
she
full wizard.
doesn't, I'll just pick her. I'll picked up a scroll and King Seat for her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she can cast level 3. She does not have fly. You
Okay.
For
can
some reason, I
grab her a
thought she
scroll
was
of
an
it.
Eldritch Knight for a minute.
No, that's Tristan in another life before Rune Knight came
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Before
Before the superior,
yeah, before the way
the
cooler version of
superior
yours
Eldritch
mental
Knight
image.
came out.
Yeah, basically.
Oh look, it's my mental image made manifest. I'll take that one instead. Yeah, Cass will need you to grab a scroll of fly so that she can scribe it into her book.
Okay. Rare potions are only 60 here, so that's nice.
Okay, we will get some chain baluster together and some of our enchanters and clerics. We shall bless some heads and make sure that they will find their purchase, so long as they strike.
Outstanding.
Where must we deliver these?
Trist will ask if she has a map, and if so, she'll point out the space right above the ferry hold.
Not far from the Fae, then. Might well be that we can get that transferred quite quickly across the river.
That's the hope.
Okay then. We shall get these in place, I suppose, and some of our sisters will set up a base camp.
Well, thank you very much. That's very helpful.
Indeed. See that you don't leave us waiting too long. This should only take, goodness, a week perhaps.
Yeah, we'll probably be there in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
Wrong place, Hedrah. Or, sorry, Ariel.
Other one.
The wrong place.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, this one also has a hover over for it. I did put that one in place, like, earlier, just in this session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I will get a level 3 scroll for cast 2 on add it.
Listen, hover overs are going to take some time getting used to, since you don't just immediately see them, you know?
Yeah.
Are there any other good spells Cass is missing out on?
For level 3 or something like that?
Really, any
I don't
level
know.
that she can cast?
Let's.
Does she doesn't have haste either.
No, that's because you have someone who's way better at placing haste in your
Yeah.
party.
Hello.
Hi.
I mean,
exactly.
we can have more than one haste at a time.
This is true.
Yeah, I'm
That
just
means
gonna...
3 hastes.
Indeed. So
Yeah,
you
the
know,
reason she hasn't picked up haste is just because of there is a cat who can do multiple hastes, and concentration is a thing. And
I
likes
make a
she
scroll.
likes
It takes a few
using
days.
vampiric touch.
She probably doesn't have Thunderstep or anything like that, does she?
She has Misty Step.
Yeah, but Thunderstep is like a better Misty Step.
I
it
suppose
depends.
I mean, it does damage.
she can't do either of them with a Tristan on her back anyway.
That's true.
I mean, she could do a Thunderstep, but yeah.
Can you Thunderstep with someone on your back? I don't know that you can.
Yes, you can.
You
Oh,
talk about
wicked.
yourself, not your person
Oh,
on
yeah,
you.
I guess that's true.
Oh, then that's just dimension door.
Yeah, it
then.
is a teleport. That's right. It's not a jump.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if there are other
potions
spells
of
that you would like her to do so. Then yeah, she'll.
I'll just pick up
commit
a
them
scroll
into
of
her
haste
back.
just so she has it in case Taji dies or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
One of
that's
those
true.
things where why would you not, right?
Alright.
She can get Spirit Shroud. Spirit Shroud might be nice for her.
See, this is why I did all my scroll shopping between sessions.
I know.
We
Look,
can
I
figure
didn't.
this out
I
in
didn't
between
know we
sessions.
needed fly until just now. Okay.
We can figure it out in between sessions, and you can just.
Damn it! I
Add
almost
it
got
into thing.
fly too.
It's fine.
I
She's
thought
she'll-
about it.
She has added it to. She will add it to her book when she has brought the scrolls.
Yeah, it's fine. We can figure
Cool.
that out in between
Okay.
sessions. It's not a big deal to get scrolls.
Yep. All right. If that's all taken care of, then I think I am done.
All right. Let's take the Tristo token and grab the whole party.
We actually did it one downtime session, not even the entire session.
God, we don't even get to the big reveal. So, aww, Carla gives you a big old smooch. You big dork.
I am, but she's worth it.
Aww. She is precious, it's true. Yeah, looks like everyone is intact and in good shape, well recovered, in good health and good spirit.
I have a save to roll.
Oh yeah, you had a
Oh yeah, you wanna gather around and attune.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's fine. Yeah, all of you
can we?
can attune to your various magical items. Obviously, I haven't pulled up their
Yeah, yeah,
stats
yeah.
and stuff, but yeah, if you have Arms of Darkness to attune to, now is probably the
Yep.
best time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Do we got a
gonna.
do we got our clockwork
Yeah,
sword?
yeah, Kareen
Okay,
is here.
cool.
Oh yeah, she had another week to train. Let's see how she's doing in experience. So what is it? It's 3
Success.
days per training, so she gets 2 more goes.
I thought it was a 15.
We have a
2 more.
+4 from the Paladin.
Yeah, you're in
Oh.
you're in an aura for it.
Okay.
The Red Eyes
Yeah,
presence
and-
gives you a +4 to your rolls against this sweet madness.
All
It is
right.
your lowest possible save.
Okay, with the +4, I make it.
Was it like DC 15 or something?
Yeah, with the +4, I make it.
Yeah, no.
Yep. All right,
I was just
congratulations.
asking what
Neither of
DC
you
was.
go particularly crazy.
Oh, after I attune it properly, I literally just fall over. From the fact that I can now literally see in a 300-degree spherical
Yeah, that's going to take some time.
direction.
Yeah.
It's probably deeply unsettling as well.
Yes, it's horrifyingly unsettling. Like, I can see everywhere at the same fucking time. Oh god, I feel seasick.
Yeah.
I would imagine
there's
so.
licking.
I'm gonna turn into a goddamn bird just so I'm easier to carry while I get accustomed to this shit. Old bird like hamburger, please.
Yep. Yeah, they'll. You'll be dropped up onto Magic Cat.
The fucking sense of what's it called?
Extreme ultra vertigo.
And
Yeah. Hey, on the bright
Yeah.
side, Tristan's laudanum. You could ask him for a bottle while you're currently just dealing with the world's worst seasickness.
oh, please.
Aww. Creel and Tammy will both totally put on their little white rose pendants very proudly.
I can't see that name anymore without thinking of Baby Renamon.
Who, what? I don't know.
Cryle?
Baby who?
Don't know.
Her,
The
from
Scion in 14. The low on the yellow.
the
Oh,
yellow
right,
velvet,
right,
the
right.
yellow
The potato.
thing with the
Oh,
ear. Yeah,
in the kitty
the
cat
cat
robes.
ears.
Baby
You call
Renamon.
fucking little.
Yeah.
That is her meme name.
Okay. Trist's getting his ears pinched. Alright, off to the Caravanserai.
Yep, that is what we're off to.
And through the threshold! Well, actually, as you reach the Caravanserai, you see the curious sight of a couple of wyverns just perched up on some rocks, idly, chewing at the undersides of their scales.
Well, hello there, boys.
And they will screech at you a little bit. A couple of the Caravanserai workers will go, oh, right, yes, they said they were friends of yours. Welcome. There are a lot of you this time.
Indeed. We were invited.
Fair enough. Congratulations. On, all of this working out for you.
Yeah, it's nice when something actually works out, right?
Oh, very true. Anyway, I suppose we shan't
Can I take-
keep you.
Are the sun puppies still
You have
at the
been
caravan store?
behaving.
The sun puppies are not at the Caravanserai right now, no.
Poop.
They were here on business at a Caravanserai, which is where you stay to go somewhere else. Yeah, Miranda will be there. Like, that whole group is going. Let's slide you guys over.
Yay. Hey.
So many fucking people here. God.
So many fucking people.
Whom's the fuck?
All right. So when you arrive with your extra party in tow, the arrival party, or the waifu bus, as such as it has come to be, is there waiting for you. At which point, Tammy will crash into their arms and give each of them a big hug. You can see it there.
Hug for boyfriend.
Yes, of course. He disappears into you. It is really weird to see.
2 adventuring
Yeah,
parties together at the
anytime you
same time
say
is
that.
uncommon. 3, I don't think I've ever seen before.
Yeah, when I was putting all these tokens down, I was like, there's still more tokens to put down. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
Yeah, every time she says that, the boyfriend disappears into Tajana. I just imagine the master of corpulence and the sack of money just sinking in.
Nobody here gets that reference except me, but yes.
Oh, alright. They've been doing pretty well. Well, Cassie's back in fighting form, but unfortunately, Liliana herself is far from that.
Yeah, maybe we'll fix that.
Yeah, and there is as well someone else here.
Yeah,
Oh
there
yeah.
sure is
Also,
someone else there.
the Wyvern Elf will also greet you guys and say congratulations on not dying doing whatever it is you are doing. But there's also this individual, right up here.
She's my northern
Yes.
daughter, I think.
It is your one of the northern daughters.
That's interesting. How the hell did you get here?
I can get anywhere I need to go with Tam's help. Greetings, Archdruid. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Oh,
Yes,
one of Thames. Oh,
that
welcome,
is
welcome then.
correct. And you can see that there are like a couple little glitters and sparkles just sort of hanging off this individual that you would recognize as fairy lights. And she will bow deeply, and you won't see that she's wearing like a nice, rich robe and coat of like leather and hide.
A pleasure to meet you.
Indeed, look at all your friends here.
Yeah,
Yes.
hopefully your hair has been as pleasant as possible.
Oh, yes, your assistant has been fantastic. I couldn't resist the opportunity to come and, well, visit this place. A fresh entryway opened up in the Feywild, and I had a little leap through. It's fantastic here. Very
Yeah,
much
and
untouched, though.
voice. Yeah, it's a work in progress to get up and running again. It's been down for a while.
Right. I can understand that.
You have a very distinct accent, though. Sounds a little bit
Ah,
familiar.
it is a northern accent, from further up, but I'm trying to nationalize a bit. I travel a lot.
Just checks the North squads. It's like, it's have a few Northerners traveling
Correct.
about.
Unsurprised. Indeed, like, feel like I actually know a couple of them. She'll pause and wave, at the very least at El Franco, who will wave.
Oh, who doesn't know El Franco?
This is true, everybody knows El Franco.
Question is, how well do they know El Franco?
I don't remember how well I know El Franco. It depends how much I drank.
Yeah. Hopefully not too much.
She shrugs. Party hard in the north.
So we hear.
So it seems. Now,
Anyway.
where's AK?
Your caretaker is just up at the main part of the grove. And indeed, AK will trot his ass down. Oh, master, pleasure to see you again, sir.
Ah, AK, you beautiful, majestic guardian, you just
Welcome back.
gets the brush and everything else. Like, yes.
Excellent. Most good.
Well, AK, as take it you've seen, our guests have been arriving in mass.
Of course, it has been very busy, but totally within the remiss of my abilities, faithful master.
Of course. Of course. Never doubted you for a second.
He will preen proudly and clippy clop his front hooves, and then return to going around stewarding this place. She'll fetch
where's
extra
the
drinks and refreshments.
Where's the steward? Oh, I have something for him.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, I have a gift for you.
Well, I can't
don't know
turn
what
down
you
a
can do
gift,
with it.
probably.
Don't know what you can do with it. Maybe use it as fertilizer or something. But here, I'll gift him the gift of my arm.
That's the
Yeah.
wrong
Well-
dryad, but okay.
Well, I've never been one to turn down a hand, but I suppose I can place this somewhere. Do you want to try and grow an almond tree?
I don't know.
Oh,
You use it as
God.
Oh
fertilizer
my
or something.
god.
Very well, I shall see to it that it is
It is an
buried in a
arm.
place.
It is an arm that has slain many.
Ah, well, that is quite fitting.
Yes.
We have a corpse tree somewhere. I shall hand the hand over.
Thank you very much.
Bob's Grove is going to be
That wasn't.
the site of the Halloween special next year.
I wasn't expecting that, but guess she just gifted you a part of herself. Congratulations, IT.
Yes,
Charmer
absolutely. It's
you.
quite fantastic.
Well, you can do as you see fit with such a gift. I
Yep.
will support any decision you make.
Oh, well, very well. I think I will put this with the corpse tree. It's very fitting. And he will
Very well.
tromp off into the distance.
So I hope everyone's day has been good enough. You've gotten a little bit of rest and respite here.
It's been a good time. And yes, what makes me stand out is that the fairy's always whispering to me, and she will tap at both of her ears, and you actually just see a couple of sparkles like fly off of them. She will smack, and I'm very strong, and I do what I want, and Dan lets me do what I want.
Sounds accurate
Within reason, I hope.
for town, I suppose, doesn't it?
I've never wanted to do something that I shouldn't.
Well,
Oh, you know, that didn't seem like good enough stock.
Absolutely, we're the best at all of the things: drinking, fighting, and fun.
So we keep hearing.
Well,
yeah.
last time we were here,
apparently
Hallie
you-
certainly proved at least 2 of those, right?
Fair enough.
Yeah,
What?
it seems like you're also fighting, drinking, having fun, and crafting. I can see that
Like a
you're
couple of us, yes, sure.
you're very, very, very well dressed.
Oh,
So
I'm
speak.
excellently equipped. Yes. I have a coat that is always comfortable, and she will gesture at her coat. Some weapons, and I brought cheese.
I see.
hmm Oh, and this under here. She lifts her coat and reveals that there's some dragon scale mail. She'll gesture over like the other side of this clearing where Red Eye is talking with some people. Probably one of her siblings is. By gift, of course. Not that I go
Yeah.
into murdering them.
I would hope so, at least.
Okay, I was wondering who you skinned for that one. But,
No, it was when
let's
they
see,
were
given.
fledglings and molting.
Neat.
Yes.
Very handy.
Anyway, Pam has sent me this way. Surely it is for this convergence of powerful people. Please don't
I'd
let me
imagine
interrupt you.
so, yes.
Most likely. Well,
Hmm.
shall we get underway then?
Yeah, I
Well-
suppose it's about time, isn't it?
Crack's neck. Well then, we have a nice big clearing here. Folks, let's set them up. Let's see what we can get.
Yep. Aki will just bring out seating and chairs and stuff for you to sit in, unless you want to play standing everything.
Aki, a good friend. We might have some guest of distinguished pedigree in a little bit.
Please, everyone is of distinguished pedigree, but do tell, do they have exceptional nutritional requirements? Are they vegan?
That's the opposite of distinguished,
I
Shaky.
think,
Are they pescatarian?
well, I would say they have a very divine appetite, so to speak.
Oh, I'm afraid we don't have any gods to offer for a meal, but we can certainly try.
Well, what would you offer the gods themselves then?
Oh, wine, I think. I shall go and fetch the good wine.
Oh,
He leaves
yes,
to go
please
and
do
fetch
so.
the good wine.
We have some cheese thanks to this young lady here. Ellen?
She
What's your name?
grins. Aelin. Aelin.
Aelin. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. From an Athia and a Madeline comes an Aelin. That's me.
Just looks at her air. Say, those? Just looks at her notes. I take it there are more than one Madeline
In
in
an
the
entire
north
country, yeah.
renown.
Yeah, I'd
Yes.
imagine so. There's probably more than one of one name in the place.
I know a couple Maddies.
Okay, now
One
just
gave me
have to make
cheese, and
sure.
one is my mother, who made this lovely, beautiful coat.
Ah, take it the creators, the one that gave you cheese.
Could be.
I've seen some of her
Merely-
works down here, so
Yeah, she will
So,
merely
okay.
smirk.
well. So, shall strike up the band then?
Yeah. Begins taking their places, pulling out instruments and checking over this sheet music. I believe it's probably Belle, since she is a music writer and can create score sheets, will copy them so everyone has a score sheet to read from as they play.
Woo.
Look at you go, Faunra. You did it. You kept your shit together. Didn't panic run away from the chance meeting with the goddess.
Very nervous.
Tammy will lean over and give you a pat. And so she's slightly elevated spot where she is sat. Oh, don't worry, it'll be great. We've already talked to holy people anyway. And when there is chosen by Tam, she's
This is
a
really
dragon god's daughter, and
Don't forget Mori.
yeah, we also already met the Morrigan. It was interesting. We met two of the Morrigans, actually.
This is so much different, though.
I guess she is the mummist goddess. I'm
We
excited
already
to see them
told-
all. This is going to be weird.
Yeah, we already told the rival party that we would be doing this, right? We just haven't told Liliana about it, right?
Actually, I don't think you did explain this to them, but they'll take their time and have this somewhat explained. Liliana is going to do a whole lot of blanching and babbling, just like Faunra is. I don't know that I'm ready about that. But she, on the other hand, gets her.
I was just wondering if
hard by Cassie from behind.
I was just wondering if we're gonna leave it a surprise for them or.
No, I think that's a pretty fucked surprise actually to spring on someone. Is the god they think that's left them is being spawned into this fucking space in front of them in a druid subdimension.
Hey,
No,
look,
Tammy
you got
does
on
in
left
fact
field.
That's
explain
fair,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, Tammy does in fact
Well,
explain it to her.
The best part about it, if they try to run away, they won't find their way out. We'll just come back here.
It's true.
That's horrible.
Kind of fucked up.
Can't even escape either. It's real fucked. But the band is struck up such as it is. Music begins to flow in this place. It takes a while, and honestly, probably 2 or 3 tries to get this song right. Because although it's within each of your capabilities, dice rolling is inconsistent at best. Luckily, it proves that you can try again until you get it right. And so, after about half an hour has passed and everyone's feeling properly warmed up, Belle will lean forward and count everyone in orchestra conductor before hitting the first low note. And there is a budding swell of brass and string. Key and all begins to build up in the air. Well, you can feel... Yeah, there's the opening do. I feel like a lot of this like grand epic fantasy music that starts up begins with like a choir of voices and an opening ba, 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 ba. Like she literally, builds this into the intro.
Nice.
Doot. Until finally, as this song comes together and you all can feel the magic between you, potent and alive in the air that's already quite mystically entangled, figures begin to shimmer into being in the middle of this grove. First as outlines, before becoming something solid and more real, until it almost feels like you're all being pulled forward into this space that's just so much heavier than everywhere else, as though the whole world were building to one sweet, important moment, and the air was shifting until, as they slowly pop into the solid world, you make out a large assortment of different humanoid figures. And Aelin scampers down as well.
I was actually expecting you to say, and with that, we're going to draw the session to a close.
No!
I was 100% expecting that.
So was I a little bit.
I can't be blue balled twice in one day. Come on.
So let's see.
And
That's Embla. That's Asmund. That's probably Waylon.
Everyone
They
is
just
have
confused
hover-
by
hover
Asmund.
just
Let
hover
go of
over
your
him.
arrow.
All right. Listen, okay, I'm not used to tooltips.
Hey,
All right.
Also, they
Are we
don't
still in
work
the
on all
cutscene?
them, and you just go over one and just kind of stay on
you
them.
just take your mouse off of one
Yeah.
token, and you just have to you have to let one
Well,
go
no,
away.
yeah. Okay.
I can see
Yeah.
all of them. But are
You
we
can
still
go
in
over
cutscene?
all of them, but it takes a little bit of time. So, you can see the glorious figure of Embla, the mummest, the softest. A glorious moo in a pretty little dress that looks like it's got one of those frilled bands across the stomach that are made so that if you were to have a swollen tum-tum, it wouldn't really affect the cut of the dress too much. You can see a glorious and stoic old man. He's in weathered travel clothing. He has crease lines that have would very much look like someone who's just like captured the wind and salt rain for most of their life. You can see the Morrigan. She's back again. She smirks and waves at you. There's another figure. Yet another wolf person by the look of it. They are looking around this clearing with unbridled curiosity. There is the giant Fauness of libraries, one of Asmund's aspects.
Say hi to Maddie for us.
Ah. Of course, you've already met Aelin, Tam's chosen. Last time Tam appeared to the party in Borks, they picked a fairy to stand in for Tam. In this case, Aelin is in the area, so she's doing so. Python, the androgynous elven figure. The new seat of Hagen, the Dragon's Eye, who will grin and wave at Red Eye, as will the individual beside her. A tightly toned, perfectly lithe, muscular, red-headed Amazonian-looking woman. Again, to the Borks party, she would have been very much like a Valkyric and Vikinger. In this case, she looks like a knight of glorious, endless campaigns.
I guess she can't be I guess she can't be a flanged mace right now.
No, she can't be a flanged mace while she's standing here being the sun. And standing behind the sun as well is another draconic figure, a green dragon by looks of it, with a deeply tanned skin whose shadows seem to cling to them.
Are we still in a cutscene?
That is all of them described unto you. They're all currently looking upon you with easy curiosity. Apart from Aelin, who has already seen you guys warming up for like 30 minutes and knew what to expect.
Rip Cadis.
Yes, they were not revealed yet.
Yeah. Hallie is just going to squeal and yell, "Big sis Embla!" Boop, boop, boop.
Ah, of course, you are dragged into the squishiest hug. She will give you a pat on the head.
Blue-balled.
Now I've only got the second squishes tug right in the room.
Yep.
What do you mean eternally blue-balled?
There are other members of the Dark Pantheon who have not been revealed yet in the Darkest Dungeon, but these two, the Green Dragon and the Grey-haired Wolf.
Amxal's really looking forward to the orgy god. The orgy god that is three Deva.
Yeah, Bob's insides are literally screaming at this fucker.
Yeah, I mean, he is the monk. She is the monk lord and the aspect of beast law. You wouldn't know them intrinsically because they're a member of the Dark Pantheon that's only been reformed for like half a year, I think, by this time point.
Yeah. But even beasts know when a beast
Yeah.
is near. It's like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
So-
Bob's probably
it's
got
like
something
eternally.
going on with.
Yeah, they are thought of actually as anti-Asmund because they believe in keeping secrets instead of spreading knowledge. That's why they're the dark aspect. Indeed, I have updated the Divines and Cults page to include the known dark gods, although a couple of them are not present here because they have not been materialized.
Yeah.
And yeah, the one that Ariel is sad isn't present is Cadis, the Orgy of Bondage and Bacchanalia.
And Damsa too. And
I
haven't even heard
a
a peep about that one yet.
Yeah, we have
The
yeah.
only peep we've gotten is because Cadis was made by them.
Yeah.
Or her.
or
Yeah.
fell by them.
Fell by her hand, yeah. But still, what I've seen of her, she'd be a really good plot point for Tajana, but whatever. Not going to happen.
Nope. Not this campaign.
Unfortunate, but what are you going to do?
Laugh at you. Ha! Take that.
Exactly.
But yes, as Hallie is subsumed into a hug, the rest of the gods are going to look around at a lot of you. This is strange. Eventually, finally, the gigantic red-headed one will say. And for a moment, you all like have to squint as though you've been caught in the sun's glare, even though this clearing hasn't gotten any brighter. At which point she will wave over Red Eye and force her into a hug. Well, what have we been brought here for? This is quite a glorious gathering.
Look towards
Welcome.
yeah, she's reacting to seeing her god in the flesh.
Gonna give
Faunra,
like,
come here,
the
come here.
gentlest push towards Tam. Go on.
Python.
Yeah, the Python.
To Tam, pushing towards Tam.
Fuck.
Like, wait, wrong card, wrong card.
Shit.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
I retarded. Yes.
I
mean, it's the same direction. What do you want?
Yeah.
Towards Python.
Uh-huh. Oh, goodness, I get to medal. Fantastic. What's this? Oh, that's unfortunate. You're one of my devoted, and yet I see not a spark upon you. At which point, Liliana looks like she's about to shrink completely into herself. Oh, no, please don't go crying and sobbing. I'm terrible at the emotional part. Let's see here, what happened to you? Where's your spark gone, as you seem one of the faithful? Liliana will chokingly admit that she surrendered such power so that she could save another. Oh, I see. Yeah, self-sacrifice was never one of my specialities, but I have been known to... I guess spitting in the face of death is a delightful bit of meddling, but... I will confer
Glances
with...
over it.
Yeah. Confer with some of the others here. Aylin's about to speak up, and Python just puts a hand on her face. I already know what you're about to say. What about the rest of you? A couple of the other gods will look in Python's direction. Oh. I don't care, announces the green dragon. Am I needed for anything in particular?
You have any
Who are you?
vested interest in killing dragon spirits?
Not in killing them per se, although your question piques my curiosity, at least partially, little pet. Do tell. Or I suppose in a moment when we aren't interrupting whatever's going on over here.
Step
Yeah,
on
in
that
a
moment.
And you can see the longer this green dragon is speaking, like a couple of the lighter end of the pantheon are sort of staring at her like, yeah, not yet. Learn your place, dude.
Tajana's just looking at her in confusion because she has no idea who she is.
Yep. None of you do, actually, I would think.
Right.
Yeah, Hallie abducts Faunra.
Literally have to drag her.
Yes, I'll let
Hallie
that
isn't-
moment happen here and go over to
Hal-
this there.
Hallie is incredibly strong.
It's true. Yeah. You guys are pulled into this hug, and Embla will tut and squeeze up Ariel and Faunra both. Hush now, good babies. She will turn her head towards Python. Oh, I'm fine with them. They've been doing good things, I think. I think that you should just... Oh, dear. Settle down lower and pull Faunra in closer. Of course, the mommist issues. And you are subsumed by big mother energy. Poor babe. A mother loves all her children.
I like how only a few of the gods are large-sized.
Yeah, most of them just, just walking human guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense for Wayland.
Hmm.
That's what Odin did.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
anything, Wayland's going to stomp over and go, if she gave up her divine energy, I don't know why you would be so willing to give it back. Python will tut. Obviously, she's weathered a storm. Well, look, anyone can use a storm, rhetoric, you whelp. He pauses. Yeah, fine. Easy, low-hanging fruit. But still, the point stands. If they, put up the effort and they lost the divinity because they weren't giving up, I'm certainly more amenable.
It's for a good cause to save a friend.
Yeah. Okay, tell you what. Can't make you my chosen yet, but I can certainly give you your spark back. You'll have to go and, earn the whole choosing thing yourself. No silly little orchestra games. How about it? Liliana's mouth will do that sort of hang open and click shut a few times. At which point Python will clap her hard on the shoulder. Excellent. See, it's that expression. I just love it in Mortals. Just eat it up. Oh, hello there, feline. Flip any coins lately?
Yeah, I never call him right.
No, I suspect not, but that's why it's fun. Yep.
Faunra knows how it feels to be Ronnie now.
Yeah. Faunra is just still being completely consumed by Hug. Embla will look up and smile faintly. Yes, I do have a chosen wonderful young lady. Managed to poach her right out of Tam's lap. She smirks. You'll find most of us have, well, found their mortal to do their duty. Well, no, I suppose it's not the same for everyone. While she's still, like, hugging and stroking Faunra's head, she will nod around the Pantheon. The dragon, Bellatrix, the other dragon, Beardy, the wolf, the grey-haired one. None of them have chosen.
Waylon doesn't have a chosen?
Nope.
Huh.
No one has enough true grit.
I'm still waiting for someone to pull up their bootstraps.
The Rooster Codburn doesn't exist in this universe.
Yes.
No.
Tristan would consider saying something, but see, he doesn't want to talk to fucking Waylon because he doesn't want shit from Waylon. He's somehow gonna magically become the chosen. He's gonna do it his goddamn self, as Waylon would want.
That's
Yes.
the
Yeah.
spirit.
Absolutely.
I also
Still,
don't
go
want
say
to.
hi to your god, man.
I don't want to. I don't want to hog too much time. But before we end, that Hallie does have a question for Waylon.
At least give him a solid up nod.
He will snort and stroke his glorious beard. And it is the perfect beard.
Oh,
as,
yeah.
As his name would dictate, as his oath would call.
I mean, look at that token.
Yeah. I was just like, who has just the nicest beard? Not the biggest, just the nicest beard. And I think this dude had the nicest beard.
It's true.
It's very true.
It's very clear that he uses only the finest of beard oils.
Oh no, his beard naturally oils itself perfectly. It smells like Old Spice.
Smells like Old Spice.
Uh-huh.
He's a god, he can do that.
Hey,
Yep.
Savin, don't hair actually has natural oils.
Yes, I know, and
Oh, yeah, that's why
having
it-
so much natural oil that your beard oils itself is gross as fuck.
It is
Yeah,
gross
that's
as
really
fuck.
gross.
I don't
They
like
do
that.
do
Yes,
that
he
in
is-
a good way, though.
He has a
I'm
perfectly
sure.
groomed, slightly shiny beard, and almost certainly always smells like a thunderstorm. Embla will smile softly at Ariel. Of course, I'm surprisingly popular. Let's see here.
Yeah, no,
You,
it's,
well played.
See,
I hear
looking at
you
me.
invoke my name pretty regularly.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I reckon I do. I found your beard. Tristan brandish the quote-unquote axe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, give me that a second, Whelplet.
Tristan, reverently present it.
He will grin and, like hardcore Viking style, uses the axe to trim the edges of his beard, and the axe's perfect sharpness as he does so, before handing it back. There we go. Wouldn't want a couple of whiskers out of place.
Well, looking good.
Of course, I always look fantastic. So, you boy, have you ever been broken?
Yeah, reckon.
Ah, well.
But I'll
Clapped you
put
on the
myself
shoulder.
back together. It'll happen
As
again
you
too.
should.
But well,
Waylon's looking
keep
for a
going till I
Tarn.
die.
Alright, see what you do. The afterlife doesn't want for the weak.
Nope. Neither does this world, but we do what we can and what we must to save it.
He will grin and return to this clearing. Oh yeah, Miranda is in total awe.
It's my
But
is
also, I
Waylon's
just
beard
don't want to
sharp
roll
now?
much more playment. Yes, Waylon's beard is now an axe.
Excellent.
It's not just an axe-shaped hammer.
Yep, it is actually now a slashing weapon. Congratulations.
I was
Outs-
just about to ask, does it do the slashing?
Outstanding. You got debuffed. All right.
No
Oh,
more
you say
smashing
you say
undead.
debuffed. You know that little secondary damage section? Let's just
There we
jimmy a finger all up ins.
Oh, does it do thunder now?
go. It already did thunder or lightning.
No, just
whichever.
more thunder
Oh,
and
okay.
lightning.
Very, very frightening.
Fuck
Hey, look.
yeah! Oh, that's a lot of
Oh.
damage.
Lucky you, I suppose.
It went up a dice value. Well, it went up technically due dice values because it was a D4 before. Now it's a D8.
Not gonna hit anybody
Congratulations.
with this,
Ooh.
but
That's spicy.
oh, nice. Rolled it.
Way to gimmick roll it though, hey?
Way to gimmick roll it.
Well, hey, it does an extra whole D8. That's pretty awesome.
It is sweet, yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very good.
I love it.
Yeah, it raises the average damage by what, 3?
Yeah, basically.
Pretty good. But hey, you guys met God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just never letting any of my eyes off the fucking this while I dress everyone else.
What, this one over here? Yeah, they're gonna walk up to you.
Yeah, just
Why, hello there. You
natural
smell of
instinct is
you smell of secrets. Very interesting. And they're gonna like lean in and sniff at you.
yeah. I do the whole cat thing of like back racing up like that. Like, who might you be? I do not know you, but every sense screams.
Oh, well, you've got good instincts. Marifa. The aspect of beast lore and keeper of secrets. At which point you hear a huff. A huff from Asmund behind them.
Yes. I take it the god of knowledge isn't too keen.
Nope.
From the looks of it.
Too bad.
Yeah,
no, I respect you, for you see, I love secrets, and the smell of secrets kept so potent in this clearing amongst all of you. Fantastic.
yeah, we all have our own little secrets here and there, and you do it like that.
Turn and yeah, looks around the entire clearing at everyone and almost certainly alights on everyone for like randomly discernible periods of time, but to each and every one of you probably feels like a small eternity of judgment. All right, that's my looking done.
Bob does make like the right worshiper of
for real.
of them. Yeah, could only be more if he was a monk.
Yep.
But ew.
Hey, I punched a lot
It's
more
true,
than
you
most
have.
of y'all.
It's true.
You've actually
Bob has
done more
punched at least like 2 people. That's more than anybody else.
Your punch has taken out enemies, which is something that no one else in this entire party has accomplished yet. Yeah,
My punch would do like
being
heal
cradled.
enemies.
Like you guys can see, like your gigantic Faunra
Same.
is actually being cradled in Emla's arms.
No, that's precious.
Aw.
My punch could do less than a minimum of 1 damage. It would do 0.
Yeah. If my punch
Same
could do
here.
negative
Yeah, I
damage,
mean, yeah,
it
same for
would do
Bob.
negative
Bob didn't give a
damage.
shit. He still punched real hard and still managed to take someone out with the 1 damage. Let's see here. So while these gods are frolicking amongst you mortals and indulging in their personal curiosities.
Yeah, they're being served fine.
Oh
Very
yeah. Aki
wine.
is also bringing them all wine and drink. Eventually, a few of these gods speak up. Let's see here. Probably the seat of Hagen. She'll speak up. Well, this has been very interesting, by which I mean strange. Who among you have come to be chosen by us? I see, unfortunately, no worshippers of my own here.
Chris just points at Lily from behind or something.
Yeah, she glances your way and going, Python has spoken. She will not be chosen, but her gift will be at least reignited.
Aside from her and Ariel, I don't know if anyone came for that purpose. Glance around as if to be proven wrong by somebody.
Yeah, I didn't exactly come for the purpose, but figured if the opportunity was there, I could try.
So there has been some talk about sun worshippers milling about the country, hasn't it?
The dragon's eye is merely going to quirk a brow. I don't know what you're expecting to ask here. I'm aware of all of my followers.
Bob, if you're going to ask something, you might as well not beat around the bush with it. These are gods and probably know.
Oh, I don't. It just walks over to a bush and beats it.
Yeah.
This is how Bob
Okay.
finally got smote to death.
You can see at the very least Waylon looks like his patience is he's not a man renowned for patience. The moment you go and punch a butch, you can smell like a crackle of lightning in the air, but he doesn't do anything.
All right. Well, if that's what this is going to evolve into, gonna grab Miranda's hand.
Huh?
Come
What?
over
I
here.
don't need to. Oh, good. All right, hi.
Mr. Uncle Wayland, sir. Mr. Uncle Wayland, sir.
Oh, goodness. Well, definitely one of Embla's, aren't you?
Huh? Yeah. I have a question, just real quick, if you please.
Go ahead and ask.
Well, I'm Hallie. This is my wife and the mother of my sire of my children, Storm and Gale. And in fighting, I'm really good at making sure people don't get hurt and then healing them when they do. But when I do this, try to do the smackies, I'm only really good at throwing javelins. And so I thought to protect my family and my friends that I would make a weapon with the aspect of lightning. But I don't know where to find fossilized lightning. I know you're not going to just tell me, but uh, do you know a general direction where your fury has been crystallized?
Hmm. For the briefest moment in a couple of observers' eyes, there was like the faintest softening in his eyes when he hears that the children are named Storm and Gale. Obviously, very, very Wayland approved names right there. And Miranda will look incredibly proud of that fact. Livy is indeed thanks to that fact that he will slowly nod. There is an island where trees remain unbroken by the storms far to the west.
Okay, thank you very much.
You are welcome, young emblemite. And he will nod,
Just
Waylandite.
Ember will just take a step back.
Miranda will nervously nod and bow and scrape. Oh, please, I don't, not the whole bowing thing. Bring Storm's fury to your foes. Sure that you never break. Never, sir. He will nod.
All right. So I write this down correctly. Uh, there is an island far to the west.
Sounds like the
Yep.
Dragon Island.
It sure does.
An island far to the west, there remains a tree that has been unbroken by any storm.
Um, Fulgurite is sand that's been struck by lightning.
Yeah, that's what he said there.
Okay. Okay. Just making sure.
Island gonna have a beach.
Yeah. All right.
I'd like to politely ask Nader, politely as I can. Um, excuse me. I'm not actually familiar with you. Who are you?
Oh,
Please don't take this the wrong way.
of course, no offense taken, Pat. I suppose I would not be. I am Neda, dark goddess of spirits. At which point there is a huffy growl from Aelin, and she will smirk.
So, what exactly is the difference between the god and nature spirits and the dark goddess of spirits? That's not
I am
correct.
the origin from which shaman arise.
Oh. Okay, Mayrog, where the fuck do you go? Come here.
She will smirk. Boop. And yes, yes, I see that you are indeed one touched by my gift. She will smirk faintly. Yes, I believe, however, that my teachings have fallen by the wayside. As indeed she does not look quite so cutthroat as I am used to my shaman being. She will smirk as you see Mayrog like shuffle from foot to foot. Oh, it's fine. I understand that times are changing. I doubt that there is such a thing as a Feywild hunt anymore. And she'll look over her shoulder at Aelin, who will shake her head. Ugh, disappointing, even though I expected as much. Tell me, you wanted to hunt some dragon spirit. You have actually come to the right person, Pat.
Yeah, that's right. We heard that killing an ancient dragon ghost that's haunting an old battlefield might elicit a response from at least one of y'all.
Oh, that would actually be Belle, I suppose. Bellatrix will look up from having been in a discussion with Red Eye. What? Oh. You wish to champion my cause by slaying a mighty beast. It would have to have some relevance to war, you realize.
Well, it's haunting an old battlefield.
Certainly puts it right up there. Well, I will leave you to your plotting and planning then. I wouldn't want to spoil the show. At which point Belle will lean in, give the little dragon a smooch on the cheek, and then depart first of the entire group.
Just
Apparently she
puts
doesn't
his
want
arm
to...
up
She
to be
doesn't,
like,
she
wait,
doesn't,
no, fuck.
Yep, she doesn't want to have this spoilers for her new TV show coming up.
I didn't want to spoil that. I wanted to ask if we could... God, son of a... Yeah.
Yes, I suspect that a lot of gods like to do that, myself included, but I did decide to indulge your curiosity. Do continue.
Right. Well, the reason we were gonna do that is, my mother's got a pretty massive curse on her. Sort of thing that mortal mages trying to look at it go insane and try and kill themselves. Just doing a peek on.
Huh.
So,
That
kind of at the
is
point
a
where we
more
need divine
common-
intervention.
Yeah, that is a more common problem than you might expect.
And with Velfamar
She says,
running around,
being
I
part
reckon.
of the Darkest Dungeon campaign, it's really weird that all these dark relics keep making people go insane. It's just like, this does keep cropping up.
Yeah. Well. So yeah,
Any member of divinity has the power to set such rights wrong, regardless of what their domain might be.
Yeah, just
That's good to know.
hoping the
What? You thought
dragon
we'd be
side actually...
weak, kid? Waylon will huff from his spot grumpily.
Sorry, what did he say?
Yeah, when Ariel was like, "Oh, that's a relief," Waylon, grumped to her. Of course, do you think the gods are weak, child?
Of course
He's,
not.
like, right here in front of her.
Of course I wouldn't think the gods are weak. Who do you take me for?
He blinks slowly. The temperature begins to drop in the clearing. Pardon me, child.
Arrow, please don't kill yourself.
I don't understand why you're taking offense. I just said, like, of course the gods aren't weak. Who do you take me for?
Yeah,
that's super offensive.
That's very
lying.
rude.
But that's not offensive. I was saying the gods are really strong.
Just because
no, I said, of course the gods aren't weak.
It's the part that came after that that's incredibly impudent. Who do you take me for?
That is literally like being Max from Karen and going, "Who do you think I am?" And he's like, "I'm God. I don't care who you are or think you are."
You're
So yeah,
about to be smoked.
so yeah, as this accusation strikes out, Waylon's going to stare you down. Turns around to stare at Tristan. I don't much care for your companions.
They're an acquired taste.
Oh, he's gone. GG.
What did you? I looked away for 1 second. What did you do to piss off Waylon?
All I said was that, of course, the gods aren't weak. Who do you take me for? As like something like maybe like a non-believer or something like that. When I don't know.
The wording you used came across incredibly aggressive and impudent.
I can never win.
Nope. You win sometimes, but that was deeply Karen.
It wasn't though.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it
It
was
was.
Turbo Karen.
It wasn't though.
Yes,
it
it
was
was.
though.
Yes.
Karen never
It was.
tries to be Karen. It is just an intrinsic part of its nature.
Like when 9 out of 10 is telling you, no, you were wrong here. You might think that maybe you're actually the one that's wrong.
Regardless, so Waylon vanishes. Like he does that the Batman perception thing, you know, where you swear you look away from someone or something for a moment, but they are just not there. There's no way they left your corner of perception, and yet you must not have been looking at them because that's when they chose to disappear.
Well, that'd be fucked up because I can never not see.
Yeah,
Oh no, then you are probably the only one here who just like actually just sees him be there and then not.
He just leaves a god-shaped hole.
Yep. Oh wow, that was exciting.
He's
Jen's gonna pat Ariel on the back.
speaking of acquired tastes.
Gotta be a little more bowy and scrapey with most of the gods, I think. They're gods.
Well,
I would say something, but I'm
that's
just going to hold my tongue here.
that's interesting to see the fact that dragon fits 3 aspects of the gods here. It is indeed on the battlefield from a war long fought. It is indeed a spirit, but it's also an undead.
Oh, well, how exciting. Regardless, what does he want to know about this creature? Morrigan will smirk. Oh, it's fine. I know that all of my children are agreeable. She'll come around.
I'm sure.
Right. The Morrigan will smirk and disappear herself.
Oh,
Indeed,
fine.
most of the gods appear to be like slowly petering out and departing.
Bye, Red Eyes Mom. Heh, got in.
She will. Yep, you were just quick enough. Embla's gonna hang around because she's holding a poor sobbing Faunra.
Good luck on your endeavors, Nader.
Yes, thank you, Pat.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Indeed. Do you ever
But
wish
yeah,
to give up whatever it is you're doing and ditch the grumpy old man and become a hunter of the Feywild? I'm here.
I'll keep that in mind.
hunter of the Feywild or hunter of the Feywild?
She merely gives you a toothy grin and fades out.
Oh boy. I really understand the reluctance
You,
of Tan.
ever heard of the expression, the wild hunt, Bob?
Only on Friday nights.
This isn't some kind of DILF slaying competition, Aelin will eventually speak up. It's more along the lines of, like, a really aggressive cleaning. Actually, honestly, that's kind of what you do, I guess.
Yeah. The difference between hunting Fae and hunter and hunting Fae, there's a difference between corruption and non-corruption. Like, she was
I mean,
of either.
she hasn't been around for a while, but I believe the answer is yes.
Yeah, see, that's the difference. Like, we clean up corruption, the corrupted ones.
Mm.
As such,
So
isn't it just like the Fae to be ambiguous? Ambiguous.
Yes, but the difference is, from what I can surmise, is that they clean up the corruption to hell and high water with everything that's in between. See? Collateral damage.
I don't know that she much cares.
Yeah. See, that's the point. Which hops down. I think you do.
I would like to think that I'm well-natured, yeah.
Yeah. So,
But also, again, I'm not Tam. I'm just their representative at the moment. Because I
Yeah.
am the chosen.
well, it's good for you. That is actually very good for us as well. Not very good for this world. Seem
Probably.
very capable for that position.
Oh, absolutely. Anyway, I am going to go and take a nap. And she does not fade out because she's not a god and will instead walk away.
It'd be really concerning if she faded out.
Yeah, if she could fucking pull the G fade. But she can't. Alright.
So, the one and only the two that still stands.
Ample, I assume will go as soon as she's done hugging.
I don't think she'll ever be done hugging. Embla will
True.
scoff. I understand the importance of a child who needs a mother. But I will be going soon. Yeah, Python will only grin.
Hold on.
The problem is they've gone and undone.
Okay.
They've gone and undone the fun of randomly disappearing on all of you. So instead, I will announce my disappearance. Goodbye.
See you later.
Have fun.
Python is the only god not to just fucking space vanish like everyone else.
Hey, Hallie will
Gotta be different.
Hallie will continue to cuddle with Embla until such a time as, I assume it's like when Faunra wakes up and or whatever.
Oh no, once she is the last one left, Embla will like lower Faunra down into your arms. Yours and Ariel's probably combined because she's a hefty gal.
I mean,
There we
also,
go.
Hallie's dummy strong.
Yeah. Well, you are all very good children.
Bye, big sis.
I would like to personally thank you for taking your time to visit and answering the call.
Oh, it's our pleasure. I don't think we've heard that song in a long time, and a couple of them have never heard it.
Thank you for everything.
Very useful that you chose, well, a space unattached from the normal land. Otherwise, the world would have started caving in on itself, but it's relatively stable here.
It's
Otherwise, only one of us would have turned up. Which would have been Python, but then I wouldn't have gotten to hug my precious children.
Oh.
Well, I didn't have the time to pass my deepest thanks and well wishes and regards to the other gods before they just make the hand motions of disappearing.
They know really. We're gods, we're supposed to.
I got a feeling.
She will fade out.
Tonight's gonna be a good night.
It probably would be a good night. I have a feeling we're probably gonna get stormed on soon, though.
Yeah,
I was thinking, like,
probably.
is Waylon petty enough?
I mean, honestly, I expected, because she would survive a lightning bolt at our level. I expected a lightning bolt and then
Don't know if
instant flash.
I
No,
don't
I
know if
don't
I'd
think
survive
Waylon
a
knows.
lightning bolt from a god.
Yeah, I don't think Waylon knows how to do anything low level.
It's just 9th level call lightning.
Okay.
Just zap.
9th level call light.
Yeah, okay. A ninth level call lightning, she would survive a strike. Repeated, no.
Okay, no, he's not petty, he's not spiteful or murderous, he's just a grump. So no, he's not about to go electrocuting you. I don't think he's gonna go and bog you guys down, but you might get like one particularly rocky evening at some point, and you'll know, like every single member of the party will know in their heart of hearts, should have done some bowing and scraping first, and then spoke.
He literally said he doesn't care for bowing and scraping.
It doesn't
I
matter.
don't understand how to explain etiquette to you. It's just not a good thing to say to someone.
Yeah.
That's a very New Yorker. What do you take me for?
Whatever.
Regardless. Yeah, I mean, he can say as well he doesn't care for bowing and scraping, but he's a god that he does. They all literally do.
Yeah.
But there's no way he doesn't give a shit, because that's how worship works. He can certainly say it as much as he wants, but it's a lie. They all care.
Oh God, Waylon Tsundere.
We're just
No.
very lucky. We're just very lucky that the gods in this setting are basically all closer to Hades from mythology and not anywhere near Zeus, because Zeus would have just turned you into a chicken.
No, Zeus would have fucked everyone.
Yeah, no, Zeus would have turned you into a chicken and then had sex with you.
And then Hera would have killed you.
Yeah.
Or your children. She would have stamped on your eggs when you laid them as a chicken.
Oh my god, I was going to say that's fucked up, but like, no, actually that is Zeus.
No, that's
yeah.
100% how it would work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how that goes.
Down,
yeah.
So,
Lily, how
now
you feeling?
that we...
Alive again? I don't know how to describe it. Lily will just instead just bury her face in her hands and start sobbing.
No. Give hug.
Yeah. She will not
Huh?
not turn down the hug fest as well. Just tell me. Get all up ends.
Atta girl.
Well,
Do you think the gods would get annoyed if you played that song again? That was fun.
please don't.
Probably not immediately, but
Yeah, I
maybe
think we should
No,
give that a
once.
cool down.
Yeah, maybe like
Yes.
another century or so.
Couple of decades, who knows?
Yeah, short of an emergency, I think that's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I don't know. I'm intending to have
Certainly
a really
fun, though.
long life, you know?
Well, how good for you.
I got an eternity, assuming I don't die of something else.
Yeah. And yeah, Ariel, Miranda will proudly announce that her god is the grumpiest god.
It's true, that's how Tristan found the Church of Wayland too.
I'm going to hold my tongue with anything for that.
I appreciate that.
Yes, please do. This
Yeah,
is
the air is definitely still like potent with residual divinity.
You can
Yes,
still
like I-
smell the ozone.
Like, I just got this place. Don't burn it down, okay?
Even, like Liliana will literally look up and go, "If I'm honest, although he's the one, they are the only one who said goodbye. I'm not even convinced Python actually disappeared." At which point you hear, "Oh, fuck you."
Yes. Oh, right. I can see
Python.
invisible.
Yes, Python in fact did cast invisible when he went.
Well, the thing is, I don't think you can see it. I think there is the fiat of it's a god. If he doesn't want to be seen, he can't be seen. But also, if he gets called out and just says, "Oh, come on,"
Yeah, no, yeah. Of everyone who faded out and disappeared, Python actually didn't leave. He was just invisible and still stood there. No one walked through his space. I was watching for it, but you didn't bump into him. You went through there.
Yeah.
God,
I
Python
had a
was
feeling,
so
so I stayed away. Didn't
Python
want to
was
rumble
so
him.
fun with the Saris adventures.
Alright then, anyway.
Python's good.
Who feels up to fighting a ghost dragon and or also visiting a Fey bordello?
We gotta do the ghost dragon, and we also gotta go to the mimic place.
Yep. Well,
Well-
the Orchids are bringing that Balliste crew up to the battlefield, so maybe we ought not keep them waiting.
Wouldn't that take some time, though?
They said it'd take about a week, and it's been 2 or 3 days now, and it'll take 2 days to get there, so I guess we could
That's
go to
cool.
the Fey place first. Eh.
Has it actually been 2 days? I thought it was only like a day.
Well, it took us
Matt.
2 days to get here from the Fey hold.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Tristan, you're waiting an extra day, remember?
Right.
Yeah, so if it takes 2 days to get here, I guess 1, 2, 6. It'd be 8 days to get there, or we could get there early and wait a couple days. Really, it depends.
I mean, if we give them the extra day of setup, I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah,
you
like
never-
they will just make a camp.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I guess
like
we'll
we're
just
just,
do
it's
the
not like we need to be
bordello
there
thing.
immediately on time. It's that they're setting up and making a camp.
Look,
Yeah, they
I'm
would
gonna feel
appreciate you
bad if
turning
we
up
come
on
there
time.
and everything's like burned down and there's a bunch of dead orchids, but whatever.
Yeah.
This probably won't
I
happen.
mean, you have to do a ritual to summon the dragon or something like that.
Well, yes, but oh yeah. Speaking of which, I need to make sure I actually got all the stuff for that real quick.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I did.
but in the meantime, we do have all these. We have a couple of open bottles of very fine aged Druidic wine. If anyone wants a.
Oh yeah, this is the stuff that the gods had been drinking and seem to be enjoying.
All right, well, sure.
How long has it been since my operation?
It's been at least a week, I think.
I should be fine to drink some.
You got to Dragonhold July 4th. You had your operation July 5th. It is July the 13th right now.
Okay, I should be fine to drink now.
Faunra has
A glass at least.
Faunra has begrudgingly gotten the Calm Heart perk from Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah. So calm. So relax.
She's now got a big mom in the sky.
I can't find the ritual for the dragon, which is unfortunate.
It's there somewhere, I'm sure.
Well,
If not, I'll make something up.
I would like to thank everyone who participated in this rather interesting and divine moment. And I would like to thank you for behaving well enough so that my grove didn't get, obliterated out of existence. Thank you.
I thought you were about to say, thank you all, now get the fuck off my lawn.
I mean, yeah, honestly.
So
It's very
Wayland didn't put any idea in Hallie's mind where that island was, right? Because there are potentially tons of islands out west.
He just said to the west. To be
Okay.
there's only like one
Yeah.
major western island, and that is
Is there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can't see it.
that's
Like
a
it's all
one
connected
cohesive
up
whole.
here.
Yeah.
Well, because I didn't know if this was all like blocked off and this is all seen. There could be a ton of islands.
No, you were told this is like one large island is around here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure for my own notes.
No problem.
yeah.
I've learned from Pyro. Take notes.
Indeed. Oh, it's lovely to have you all here now. Get the fuck out.
You'll be
It's
saluted
just-
proudly. as everyone leaves the
Yes.
clearing.
Oh,
All right.
Bob.
Yeah.
Very well, fine.
By the way, Bob.
So, Barrett, what are you and your group planning now that Lily's back on her feet?
Oh, yeah, good question.
Wanna
What
go
do you
kill a
think,
dragon?
Tammy? Are you going to be traveling with us again? Like, well, yeah, I think so. It's probably for the best, especially since it's going to get hard for these guys to, like, interact with anyone if they're wandering around with so much scrying protection on them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, I mean, you're
you're
worth the hassle.
always walking around with a bit of sort of
That
that type of
is
thing.
super touching, and you're right, I am definitely worth the hassle, but I'm gonna hang around with these guys and keep helping them out.
All right. Sounds good to
All right
me.
then.
She'll turn around to Barrett.
Oh,
So, boss, where is our next destination? Oh, I missed being called boss. Let's see here. He will check over your collective plans. Am I looking at that burned corpse terrace ordeal?
I wouldn't recommend that. That's a bad place.
Of course, it's a bad place. That's why we need to go over there and kick everything's ass.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
but I mean,
Yes, I hadn't heard much about that aside from that it existed down there and the Force of Darkness were there.
yeah, that broken Baron's fort.
We are heading over that way as well. Turns out, yes, since we're all together now, turns out my mother had done a bit of research into an inquiry of mine, where the sheath of my blade might be. And there exists that broken Baron fort.
You mean the fortress that's probably right in the area of a bunch of suspected, night killers?
Yes, well, we have to deal
Well,
them eventually, so...
here's the thing, though. It's formerly genocide. You're not a bunch of knights, so I won't have any idea what they're up against.
You say that, but that's probably going to be nested right in the middle of their territory. I'd rather not feel like I'm handing Tammy over to them on a platter.
Yes, I'd prefer you didn't. We can take care of that.
That's true, I suppose.
I need to be there anyway.
Alright, well, we'll have to just chase up a couple of other leads.
Oh, actually, there's the heart is up here, probably with a bunch of other weird gemstones.
Huh. You
It's
mean the one that used to be an arm of light? You want us to go play fetch?
not play fetch. I mean, hell, it's an incredibly valuable gemstone. It's something Tammy will
It
need
is.
anyway.
The whole
And
thing of diamond, I think, now, isn't it?
Well, alright.
where there's one
Twist
diamond,
my
there's
arm, why
probably
don't
going to
ya?
be a whole lot more.
Okay. Okay then, I guess we'll go for it. And also, I am going to put a little Tammy on the map.
Yay!
Their destination is going to be to here. I'm just going to put the token there because you don't know how long that journey is going to take them. Can't actively observe them, but now you know their destination.
So
Alright,
you're
we'll go
leaving?
look into it.
So you're leaving us?
Yeah, afraid so.
Oh, well, it was good having you around.
Yes,
Oh,
it
it was a
was.
pleasure.
Here for the road.
Hmm?
And she'll give a candy ration to Tammy.
Ah, thanks.
speaking of, Tammy, weren't you supposed to have a reinforcement of a certain duo to your group?
Oh yeah, they should be arriving in like a day. I guess we'll have to hang around and wait a little bit longer.
Oh, oh no, what horrors. Whatever shall we do?
I mean, if it's not a problem for you for us to hang around for an extra day.
No, I mean like the whole horror of we have to endure your company, your lovely company for so much longer.
Yeah. No, you'll
I
get over
know
it.
it's, yeah, somehow we will.
Yeah. And then she's pulled into a tryst hug. Aww. Gives you a squeeze back. Alright, you stay out of
Yeah,
trouble, older squat.
that's what I expect.
Yeah. The sorted parties will begin to break apart. Isabel is going to give each of you a hug. All right, we have to get back to a little bit of mountain travel. We've been hunting some nasty beasties up there, and this has been quite a detour.
Well, thanks for coming down, Belle. It's a pleasure.
Anytime. And looky,
Or
you got
the
so much
biggest
better at
squeeze.
music. Meep. Yep. And she will instead grab you by the chin, tuck your head down, and give you a smooch on the forehead.
Y'all.
Mwah.
All right. And keep safe out there, all right?
Oh, of course. Look at the big, strong people I'm traveling with. We'll be fine. Well, eventually old Franco will leave, but that still leaves us with Big Red. And she looks the appointed Big Red. She will raise her brow. I don't know how I feel about that. about that nickname.
Well, you are big and red.
I am. All right, fine.
Trish just nods sagely as if the point is settled.
She will roll her eyes. Yeah, we've got some undead to hunt. And get those mountains cleared, because we're worried that some of them might end up setting up some kind of teleport circle for, like, surprise incursions, which we don't
No.
want to happen.
No, that'd be bad.
Yep.
Right on the
So
door.
we better get on that. Yeah. Yeah, Hooves Reach would be in a lot of danger if that were the case. So, no, should be fine.
Right.
I've never heard of Big Red the
Yeah.
You've
soda.
never heard of Big Red Soda?
No. I don't. What kind is it? What flavor?
I
I
don't know.
I don't drink it. I just know it exists.
American. It's American
okay.
flavor. Go with
To be
that.
fair, I guess it's a lot like people who don't know what Iron Brew is. The most
Iron
Scottish beverage.
Brew.
Iron Brew's delicious.
Yeah,
What is it?
yeah.
Now I'm looking up Iron Brew.
Have you ever had a
Yeah,
tutti
it's-
fruity flavored candy?
A what flavor candy?
Never mind, then you'll never know.
Let's see. They
No,
say
I literally couldn't hear you.
Oh, a tutti frutti.
they say
Oh no,
Big
I
Red
do know what
flavor
Tutti Frutti is.
is
Very similar
like
flavor to that.
bubblegum or maybe hints of cinnamon.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
a good
good,
combination, but
Yeah.
I think Iron Brew is great, but also depends on the varieties that you get.
Okay. But we're wrapping up for now.
Oh yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Shall we jump to experience?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Whew. Okay. So, do you explore a new or interesting location for the first time? No.
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 Now we went back to an old location.
Yep. Discover a new and interesting truth about the land.
Yes, the gods
Yeah.
can actually be called down.
Yeah.
Well, also
Yeah, we learned
Nader
of
specifically.
the couple chosen.
Yep.
And that the Dark Pantheon exists, because I don't think that's ever really come up for this party.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, you've
it's
never
brand
seen
new
the
for
Dark
us.
Pantheon before?
Just Morrigan.
Yeah. Indeed, you knew of Morrigan's title as a member of the Dark Pantheon, so it stood to reason that there were more of them, but none of their identities were ever revealed.
E.
New ally or a lasting enemy?
No.
Yeah, I think Red Eye's party. Absolutely.
Oh,
You
yeah.
haven't
Okay,
actually had them as allies before, but they came with you on an adventure, helped you achieve a quest, and have told you what they're doing. They are actually, I'd say
Can
that
we
they're
help
proper allies.
Big Red meet our moms again? Yay.
Yep. Yeah, in your time of need, they will turn up, much like the squirrel you swerve to avoid. Advance or complete a quest?
Yes.
Got Lily's groove back?
I mean, also advanced Hallie personal quest too, so that should count.
Hug the biggest sister? Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, you dick, right?
No, magic weapon.
Yeah, you're dick. Let's see here. Defeat a threat? No.
Faunra's crippling emotional problems.
I do think that is the first time you've ever seen her crack and break down.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Immediate disqualification from Waylandite.
or Did Tristy defeat a threat far beyond expectations where he was able to suppress his incredible mommy issues for that long?
It's true. Tristy did not just immediately break down and go get mom hugs, despite desperately wanting to. Must keep shit together for the Wayland.
Yep. Yeah, literally, you didn't want to embarrass yourself in front of Dad, where you were so desperate for a hug from Mum.
Exactly.
Such complex emotional issues. Learn something new about play character. Yeah, I'll count that. You literally have never seen Faunra break down to such a vulnerable degree.
Yeah.
And the commitments to your oath, I don't think you've done.
I think this is the opposite.
No.
Yeah.
This is not hard tested up by health. It's your oath being validated right in front of you.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Life happened and it was pretty cool.
Unless like that big red party counts for being friends for life now, that'll undo distress upon the.
That's true. The 2 boons can score in that.
Nice. You're caught up with me
Awesome.
now.
I think so.
4?
So yeah, 4 experience, 5 for the bunnies.
Nice. 269.
Hey, you did catch
Hey,
up.
high five.
Ah, finally.
All right. Yeah, I don't think Lily quite counts as a helpless damsel. You can still beat me to death, probably.
Yeah, I mean, she's
Yeah,
a
she
really.
was.
Probably.
She was a very strong commoner. And that was it.
Yeah. That's eternally in the
Talking
shame
up
box.
Bob Demarifa counts.
Wait,
271.
how the
Jeez,
fuck
wow. How do you have 271?
Because I've been
So
scoring in orchid points, like on
What?
occasion.
What?
Remember all of that martyrdom and attempted self-sacrifice and sacrificing?
And also attempted murder a couple times.
Yeah.
Do you just have different... Do you have 2 oaths? Like, do you count for Bun and
I have
for
several
Orchid?
oaths. I'm oath to the hares, I'm oath to the orcans, I also have some personal ones.
The personal ones don't give you any XP.
No.
Eh?
Yeah.
Well, no, those ones don't, but I have 2 sets of oaths.
The orchid does.
I've in particular only one out of the orchids qualifies, and it's the one where you have to be an inquisitor, like the really grim one. Bob can start scoring that in too.
Yeah, Bob could start doing that as an executioner druid.
I mean,
No?
no, okay.
I've been under the impression this whole time I had the highest XP.
Yeah, I
Nope.
thought you did because I thought me and Faunra are on the same and we were catching up to you.
Yeah.
Eh.
That's weird, but okay.
Anyways, well,
I had
I-
266 right until
I have to
Until just
sleep.
now, yeah.
I have to sleep before
Okay.
work, so
Alright, peace.
All right, bye.
Yep. Remember,
ya.
there's no Murs and Hammer tonight, so
Yeah.
sleep on.
Very handy.
Sleep
Yeah.
on.
Oh, there's no MERS today?
No, I get to
Well,
stew in
no.
my own anxiety for another week as an assassin just crawling around on my ship.
That's fine. That worked out really well
Yeah.
last time.
Stray's got to work.
I have no
Oh,
choice in the
right.
matter.
Right.
Okay.
And
Well,
Bob is
anyway,
still sick.
if you're watching on stream YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for Savin&D, hopefully. Till then, adios.
Yay.